Nick, thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it, dude. From a night versus, I didn't know that you were local.
Oh yeah, yeah. I grew up in Fullerton, California, so like Orange County.
Orange County area. Wow. So you're like right here.
Yeah. I've always been around here. All of us actually, all three of us grew up in Fullerton.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So probably downtown was part of your area.
Yeah, DTF. No, for
Slide
sure.
bar.
Slide bar, definitely. We played there a few times. Been to a few shows there. Yeah, it was a cool place to watch shows too. I was kind of bummed that it's not really there anymore, right? Isn't it like something?
No, I think right now it's been a year. I heard he sold it.
Oh, okay.
The dude from Lit. I'm pretty sure he sold it.
Yeah, I've seen I saw a Wilhelm Scream there, which was awesome. The Flatliners, Between the Buried and Me, and like Unearth, I think I saw all there.
Nice.
Yeah, cool show for like a small place.
That little room fits like 50 people maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that much. That's what was so sick about it. And playing there was cool for that same reason. Just like the energy is insane when it's that small.
I wonder how he got for some reason bands would just play there like big ones like
It was like a good secret show spot.
Yeah, they'll have like secret shows there.
I think NAMM too. When NAMM was around, that was a spot where bands could set up like a quick like low key show or whatever. Like whoever's in the area can come make it if you can. First come first serve kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's always
man.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. So real quick, I kind of want to dedicate this this episode to Ozzy because this happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And a guy that it's fair when someone passes away and literally it's the entire genre. An entire genre wouldn't even exist.
For sure.
You know, especially doing research on all these bands or older or younger. It kind of one kind of commonality was Sabbath. You know, me doing all of the research, I'm like, oh, this is really a whole, not subgenre, but a whole genre of music wouldn't even exist.
It is crazy. I watched the show, the Black Sabbath show. I forget what the title of it was, but with all that, my dad got it and I watched it at his house. And
nice.
It's definitely crazy to see and think about how many bands like they were like the top and just everything just trickled after them. Like
crazy.
Even Metallica being like, you know, massive. It's crazy that they even like
supported.
So yeah, and they still look up to them as like that was like why we do this kind of thing. And you definitely learn just watching that, just like the impact that Black Sabbath had.
A goat's goat.
Yeah.
They are literally like the goats of the goats.
Definitely.
Man, it's so fucking sad. We had Parkinson's, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That sucked. What? How old was DJ? To be exact, just so people, I think he was 76. That's alive, dude. Oh yeah, and we shared the same birthday.
Oh, crazy.
December 3rd, 1948. Man, he hit the 40s, man.
Wow.
I mean, can you go out in a better way?
Yeah, there's not many people there and get to live the life that dude did. That's for sure.
Like you play the show and all these bands that look up to you play it, and then you pass away 2 weeks later.
Yeah, it's crazy. Did you guys ever get to play Ozfest?
No, that was right before our era. Right before it, dude.
I wish I got to go to that even. I never got to even see it.
You didn't even see it?
Mm.
How old are you?
37.
37? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 39, so you're not too far off.
Yeah. I should have been able to. Like that, and so many bands I grew up listening to played that fest. Like that would have been like the epitome of the music I liked at the time. But
yeah, you would definitely be going to like Glen Helen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I regret it. I regret it for sure. That's definitely one fest I look back on. I'm like, damn, I missed that one. But
I mean, did you go to any of the Knotfests or?
I've been to Knotfest. I think there was one called Smokeout or something like that.
Smokeout. Yeah.
Yeah. I try. I mean, if there's bands I want to see on these things, I always try to like get out there. But yeah, I don't know. Like that whole like kind of new metal wave was like what I was really into at the time, and a lot of those bands played that stuff. So like that would have been something I would have liked to see.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Nick, also thank you for bringing. This might be one of the biggest rigs I feel kind of insecure right now because I have my little quad here in the corner, and you just brought this freaking beast of a rig. You're actually doing what I kind of see myself doing in the future, where I want to combine the pedal board with the you have XFX 3, correct?
Yeah.
3. So I have the quad. I want to have like a little nice little, because you know like there's like one pedal will do that perfectly.
Yeah, it's cool to have both. I mean, you have obviously the quad is capable of many things as well. And like
Yeah.
having a modeler like that or the Fractal, like there's a lot you can do just in that alone. But having pedals and having the combination, like there's certain things that I feel like having it in front of you and you can kind of see the knobs and like tweak yourself
Totally.
either on the fly or like, whatever.
Totally.
And I don't know. I've always just kind of liked having pedals, and live I have adjusted slightly recently to having like a few less, just the essentials.
Yeah.
Just because like when you're touring a lot and you have a lot of movement and stuff like that throughout, travel, like stuff gets kind of tweaked and moved around, and like
Sure.
you never know what guarantees you have with a board like this. So I've tamed it down a little bit, but in an ideal world, I would have this and like exactly what I have right now all the time, and have a duplicate of this or something to where if something happening, I just quickly swap the entire rig.
Yeah,
But
you kind of have to have a B rig.
yeah, it's also super heavy. So it's like carrying it around is,
Hey, Jeep, pull up one of the first photos I sent you. So so I found this picture.
Oh man. Yeah. That was the very early days of building a pedal board for sure.
So dude, you've been doing crazy pedal boards since like the start. Because you started playing when you were 13, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And back then I was just kind of figuring out like, I guess what I wanted to do still. So like at that time I was very minimal with the pedals. I would have like a tuner, maybe a distortion or something like that, like a metal zone back then.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we had like a couple phases of a band. Like we had our high school band, which was mostly just, heavy riffs, and I guess screamo would be the genre or whatever.
Yeah.
And at that time I wasn't really using too many effects, but once that band ended, then I became the only guitar player.
Yeah.
And I started kind of realizing like I needed to fill out my sound a bit more and like add a little bit more nuance to what I was doing. And I was also getting influenced by more, I guess like prog gear, like getting more into Mars Volta, more into, I was already in the Tool, but like kind of understanding more of the bands I grew up on and like how they got their sounds. And I started incorporating delays and like more kind of trippier stuff. I got a Whammy pedal, which was like,
Hey Nick,
game changer.
What was your first pedal?
My first pedal, I guess. Oh, actually, I had a Korg. I think it was a Korg. I don't remember the exact model, but it was like a gray modeler, and it was like a really early modeler.
A Korg pedal?
Yeah, it was a Korg pedal, and it had a expression pedal on it. I had no idea how to use it, and like regrettably, what was like it? I want to say it was like a Korg A something. Like it kind of looked like that. The one with the expression pedal on the bottom. It actually might have been that one. Now that I look at it.
Oh, those. Oh, yeah, the gold one.
Yeah, the Toneworks. That's it. Yeah, that's exactly what I had. Yeah,
that was your first pedal.
that was my first.
Oh, you weren't fucking around.
I didn't know. I didn't know what I had though. It's like my dad got me that because he's awesome and like always got me like anything I would like aspire to have, and like that, I just like stupidly I would just put it in front of my amp, which was like a crate combo amp at the time, and I would just throw it in front of that, and I didn't realize that there was amp tones on top of amp tones. So I was just running like an amp into an amp essentially.
Oh, yeah.
And so it sounded crazy, but I didn't know back then. But like looking back, like I wish I still had that just because I'd be curious what it actually was trying to do. Because I would use the effects on it sometimes, or like the wah or whatever with the expression. But yeah, I didn't really know what I had back then. And I didn't even know, like it's crazy looking back, like how many things were kind of the early versions of like the Fractal and the Quad Cortex. Like
Totally.
It's kind of crazy. Like that stuff existed.
So you were already drawn just to like just pedals and finding some weird tone.
Trying to, yeah. I mean, I was always like Tool was kind of the first band I really got into that I feel like the guitars were doing more than normal stuff. Like there was more going on to his tone, and that always made me interested. Actually, yeah, that looks more familiar. I think that was the one I had. But yeah, I don't know. I was always interested in that. Once I started getting better at guitar, like how to incorporate more sounds to kind of manipulate the guitar into sounding weird. Like Rage Against the Machine too. Like Tom Morello was a big reason why too. Like when you listen to their records, there's so many sounds that are not traditional guitar sounds, but they are. They're him. It's him being crazy and trying to like be a DJ on guitar and like that kind of stuff. I feel like I didn't understand when I was a little kid. Like I knew it sounded crazy, but I didn't know like why or what it was. And then as I got older and started playing guitar more and kind of understanding it, I would look back on that and be like, oh shit, like it's a Whammy pedal like with 2 octaves up and he's like scratching or whatever. Yeah. He gets a little crazy sounds out of that. So I would say when I first got into actual pedals, not that, but when I was getting my own stuff, the Whammy was the first one I really like. I feel like was like the game changer pedal for me. That and going into a delay pedal, like that combo was like the one where I was like, oh shit, this is cool.
Yeah, and the Whammy is still like your favorite pedal, right?
I would say yes. I would say if delay doesn't count as a pedal and it's just like just part of it, then yeah, the Whammy is definitely.
If you were, hey Nick, if you were going to go to an island,
Oh yeah.
What is your island pedal? I never thought of that question ever.
It would have to be delay, like a delay pedal. Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna take the Whammy?
I mean, well, what's a Whammy raw without any effects? I don't know. I feel like I would want some ambience. Like if I'm gonna be on an island jamming by myself,
A desert island pedal.
Yeah.
It would be.
I think it'd be a delay pedal
It would be
or like a Strymon, like what's the reverb? Blue Sky, is that what it is?
Oh yeah.
Or Big Sky.
That shit's hot, dude.
Yeah, like something just spaced out. Yeah, that pedal.
So this is one of your desert island pedals, huh?
That could be. Yeah, I mean that's a reverb, but that one is nice to play through. You feel like you're in space with that one, and I feel like any pedal that has that type of effect, I would want that if I was gonna be out there.
Yeah, but then maybe the Whammy isn't your favorite pedal.
Well, yeah, they're two, but they're so different. It's hard to like. If I just picked the Whammy, I feel like I would get over it if it was just that pedal only. But the combo of those two, if I could pick two, absolutely a Whammy and a reverb or delay, like 100%. That would be the next one. But
Yeah.
but the Whammy's sick. I mean, there's nothing. I feel like the Whammy, especially now, I feel like a lot of bands are really using the Whammy or like pitch shifting. But
Yeah.
the Whammy was like such a cool pedal to have, especially early on in guitar playing, because like. You can just do so much with it, and I feel like the octave shifting, like just even simply going up one octave, changes your riffs like crazy. And when you start blending that with more things, like that's why in this board I have it very early in the pedal chain, because I want the Whammy to be affected by, I want these effects to affect the Whammy. So like I send this through all the rest of them, and I feel like, I mean, either combo works. Like actually putting it at the end would be cool too if I had a second one, to kind of like shift up all the delay trails and all the like different things. But
you're crazy, dude. That's sick, dude. Yeah, so you even have like the signal chain down.
Yeah, well, it matters a lot. Like I started learning kind of like each pedal, affects the next. So having like the order, really think methodically of like how you want your effects to affect each other.
Yeah.
So I put anything that's like sort of similar to a guitar signal, like a Whammy or the synthesizer, or a wah. I would usually have a traditional wah pedal, but this auto wah is pretty cool. And then the ricochet, which is basically like a cousin to the Whammy.
Yeah.
All of these pedals like go into the modulation ones, because I want all of those tones to be affected by everything else. So that's kind of where my head's at with stuff. And then I do have fuzz and overdrives later in this chain, because I don't always run those at the same time. So it's okay. But I also like the idea of some of these getting affected by the fuzz. But yeah, that's kind of where my head's at with it.
Well, Nick, you come a long way from your Epiphone Les Paul starter pack. So what? So you got your first guitar at 13. It was an Epiphone Les Paul.
Yeah.
And he had it was like the cable kit. It was like the Ibanez little amp, right?
Yep.
That's sick. Hey, you know what? Yeah, Jake, get the Ibanez amp up there, dude.
Dude, that Ibanez.
Is this it right here?
I think so. Yeah.
Dude, these amps were sick.
They were sick.
It kind of sounded like static.
Yeah, it was very high gain, and
these little amps were sick, dude. I think they were 10 watts.
They were 10 watts. I used to jam with a drummer back in the day with that amp. Dude. Just blasted every knob, just like maxed out. And yeah, that was definitely a cool first starter amp, I would say.
It's great.
Yeah, I used that for a while, and then evolved into the crate. Like, I think I had like the 120 watt. I don't know the title of it, but like that crate was a mainstay for a minute. And then
so that's your pack, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What was the color?
It was black, and it was pretty sick. I mean, I used that guitar for a while. That was that's exactly that one. I was stoked on it at the time. That was like a really cool starter guitar.
You were horned up with this one.
And I liked it because it wasn't like a Strat. So like it was like a different, beginner guitar. Like I felt like it looked cooler than other guitar players I knew that had a guitar or whatever. And I used it for a long time. Yeah, I'm sure it exists somewhere amongst.
I was going to ask the sad question. You probably don't have it anymore, huh?
I gave it to my brother later on. I think he kind of took it over, and I don't know where it ended up. Or maybe it just, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Dude, you got to get it back, man.
Yeah.
One of the biggest regrets I ever made was I sold my first Fender Strat. It was a maroon starter kit, like,
Oh, yeah.
but it was a sick ass Strat, dude. Like that today would be awesome.
It'd
man.
be cool to have.
No idea where it is.
My first like main guitar, like my like professional guitar, I do still have. That was a PRS, and I keep that at my parents' house, and like my dad holds onto it. That's like,
Oh, good.
yeah, that one I wouldn't sell or anything, like even in the worst times.
What about your Schecter Scorpion?
Yeah, that was actually, I guess I'll step back. That was probably my first pro guitar as far as like ones I actually was playing shows with. I loved that guitar. It had the treble inlays though. Yeah, that one, the next one down there. It had all the like crazy trebles, like, yeah, on the, yeah.
I think the middle one there. Is it right here?
Yep. Yeah, that guitar, oh man. That was such, to me, when
Is
I
this
got
it?
that, yeah.
Dude,
But
you were
back then,
horned up playing this.
yeah. Back then it had like the scorpion tail too. And yeah, that was an awesome guitar. I loved that guitar.
Dude, they have a Scorpion on the headstock.
They did. They had a little cutout, and it's funny because it's like it's sort of a cheesy-ish guitar now, but I thought that thing was sick back then. And yeah, I played a bunch of shows with it, and I don't know. I mean, Schecters are good like that back then, especially like that was like a solid upgrade from the Epiphone, and I jammed that thing all the time.
What was the year range? You think the years?
Yeah, that headstock right there.
Oh yes.
Super metal. That would have been 2003
Okay.
ish. Yeah, that was when I started jamming with other people more.
Yeah, I'm a junior in high school.
Yeah,
And you're
I was like freshman, sophomore. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
right around there.
So,
Yeah,
So you're a freshman and you're just already fucking rocking, dude.
I was trying. What was cool back then is like I had other friends that were a lot better than me, like at guitar and
Love
like
that.
drums and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So I always wanted to like get as good as them, and like I would try to learn what they were learning or try to jam with them, and just kind of force myself into situations where I was definitely the worst, but like because of that, I would get better just by being around better people.
Dude, Nick, there's a magic to that. Like because I was in a very similar thing as you. Like you kind of accept where everyone around me is better.
Yeah,
So I gotta practice or bring something new to the table because everyone around you is sicker.
yeah.
But there's like a magic to that, especially when you're young.
For sure. And I feel like that's like kind of I don't know, it was very important back then. And especially like, I feel like now it's probably a lot harder for people because like the bedroom artist has become such a like main thing. Like everyone can just be their own band alone.
True.
But I think growing up, being able to play with so many people really helped me kind of identify like what I really wanted to do and like what I guess my sound would, eventually become and like stuff like that. And just even going to shows with people and getting the influence from different people. I feel like that was a big part of the early stages of guitar playing for me.
Yeah. How old are you when you were going to your first shows? Because like one of the first shows you saw, your dad took you to go see Tool, correct?
Oh yeah, that was my first show.
Oh, what was the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was King Crimson opening for Tool in San Diego.
That's heavy, dude.
Dude, it was so sick, and we had like a good like seat situation. I got to see like it was awesome, and it was also kind of like overwhelming in a way. Like when you're that young and like you're kind of seeing like such a big thing, like it was crazy, but it definitely solidified. Like I was like, oh, this is awesome, and I want to go to more. Like it was like so cool to see that.
Did you see that and have a idea in your mind yet? Like, oh, I want to do this, or was that too early?
It was a little bit before that. Like I think maybe a year later or so, I started actually wanting to like play guitar. So I probably crafted a little bit in my head about that. But
okay.
Oh shit, yeah, I think
that
was it. Yeah, I think so.
What's that mask?
That looks familiar.
Live in San Diego,
Damn,
August
that's
8th.
crazy. Yeah,
August 8th and 15th, 2000. Was that year?
that has to be, yeah. Because they were on Lateralis, we're playing Lateralis songs and Anima songs, which was like those are my two favorite records. So,
dude.
yeah, and it's cool because like when you go to shows as a kid, maybe you don't really like. I don't know if I speak for everybody, but like I was like really into them at this time, so I actually knew every song that they were playing, which was awesome. And I feel like it might have been. I I guess maybe there are other bands that wouldn't have happened with as much.
Sure.
But like I was super into Tool back then, and so that was like the perfect starting show for me. And they're my dad's favorite band too. So my dad was like a big part of all the music I listened to in the early stages.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's probably against your will, you're hearing Pink Floyd.
I definitely heard some Pink Floyd, Radiohead, ISIS, the band.
Was this like a short run? It seemed like a short run.
Oh yeah, it looks. I guess it was.
Did you go to L.A. or San Diego?
Just San Diego.
Oh, you went to San Diego. Oh,
Yeah.
so you actually went to that one.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Which looks like, looks like that was the last show of that tour. Maybe. Why would that be such a short run? That's interesting. I didn't even know.
They've always kind of done that, huh? Dude,
Yeah.
Dude, Nick, what a full circle for you. How many years is that as a cycle where like, I mean, you're pre-high school at this point.
Yeah.
And then you have to be in your 30s, right? And then Night Versus gets that Euro tour with Tool.
Yeah.
That's a freaking full circle, man.
It was. And I had that realization one night watching them, like after, like, I think they were like closing their set, and I was standing in front of the stage, like kind of just watching them play.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and in the arena, and just being like, dude, like watching them play Stinkfist, which is a song I heard forever growing up on K-Rock, and just like through my dad, obviously, and just like seeing how they pranked us, seeing them play that song and just kind of looking around the arena and just everybody like just fully immersed in the song and like their set.
Sweet Water. When the band needs anything for a tour or we need something here for the podcast, Sweetwater is where we go. They are the #1 online retailer for pro audio and music instruments. So if you need any music gear fast, click the link in the description below so they know you came from this podcast. That's Sweetwater, your #1 place for pro audio instruments. I'm here to tell you about DistroKid, the easiest way to get the music you or your band wrote on all streaming platforms. Get your songs onto iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and more. Check it out at distrokid.com/VIP/Garza and get 30% off your membership. That's distrokid.com/VIP/Garza to get 30% off. Dude, what's going on here?
So at the last show, Justin Chancellor, the bass player of Tool, and some of the crew and stuff hopped on stage and like basically like walked around us in these crazy costumes, and that was like their tour prank. It was pretty crazy because like I'm just like wearing in-ears and I'm just like focused on what I'm doing.
Of course.
And out of the corner of my eye, I like see some shit going on, but like I don't want to mess up or anything, so I'm just like, what? And yeah, watching the video is pretty funny. They're just like, he kind of comes on as a conductor and just walks around us and shit.
Dude, what a dream.
It was awesome.
It probably doesn't even seem real.
It doesn't. It legitimately feels like it just didn't happen, but it did, and it was crazy.
You ever look back later, like years later, then you look back and like, man, I wish I was more present. I wish I kind of took in these moments more.
Honestly, in that one, I felt like I was pretty present because like what happened was like the first like 2 shows or so, 3 shows, I was super nervous and I was like in my head about all my like equipment working, making sure like I was good, and like that was also the first time randomly that I was using in-ears. Like I always just use stage monitors forever. And so like, and it was also my first time with the Fractal, the Axe Effects. So like I'm fully like, I'm on some like new stuff at like the biggest shows I'll probably ever play. So like that situation, there's a lot going on in my head. And like,
of course.
So the first 2-3 shows, I was very much focused on that. And like, I didn't even really look up that much. Cause like the crowd was just so big every night that like when it was dark in the room, like you only kind of see who's in front a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it would light up randomly and I'd just be like, oh shit. I just like go back down. But after that, I kind of thought about it and I was like, dude, I just need to just not worry about any of this shit. Like everything's been good. It's fine. And then at that point, I mean, I've been playing with Night Versus and Eric and Rally forever. So
more than half your life, man.
Yeah, straight up. And like, because of that, it kind of just clicked with me that I was like, I need to just know this and just be comfortable. Like we're good. Like I'm not worried about it.
Let go.
Yeah, like I've been playing with them forever. Like we know these songs well. Like everything I'm tripping on, there's nothing to worry about. It's all good.
Totally.
And then I started getting really excited to play. And then it was like, then I was looking up more and I was like embracing the crowd and the energy of everything. And it was a lot of fun. And yeah, there's something to playing arenas that it's just different.
It's way different.
It's way different, and like the energy is different. Everyone's in seats and stuff, so like that was different too. But like having like when you get a crowd cheer in an arena, like after a song, it's so loud and it's just big feeling, and like the sound system is massive, so everything you're doing is just huge. It's really cool. Yeah, I love that we got to do that.
I'm glad you guys got to experience that, man.
Yeah.
And what a journey. You've been playing with those guys since you were 16, 17, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. We have had several bands together, but it's always just been us.
It's always been that, right?
Yeah. The three of us with other people switching out pretty much. And yeah, it's cool. I mean, our high school band, Riley, who plays bass in Night Versus, he was the other guitar player in that band. And, you know, we just have written music together in so many different ways that like after that band, we did, well, I'll just call it out. We had Five Wings Folded, our high school band. Then we did the Sound Archives after that. And the Sound Archives was the first time I went to be the only guitar player, and he switched to bass. And that was interesting because I think for him, like he was also adjusting as a guitar player to a bass player, and kind of finding like that place where like he's not just a guitar player playing bass.
Yeah.
And that was cool to watch too, like him get better at that, and how our sound kind of like shifted into being the three of us really predominantly writing like music, just the three of us. So that was cool.
How'd you guys meet?
We went to school, went to junior high together.
Junior high.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they're both a year or a grade below me. And they were friends before I knew them, I think. And then they had a little like band situation. And then pretty much through other people, I like met Eric, drummer. And then we kind of like just started jamming. Like I had a band at the time that needed a drummer. So then I hit up Eric and he kind of jammed with us. That became a band. Riley had another band, and then, you know, things kind of happened, and then we decided to just make our own band, and that's what the first high school band we had was. And that kind of just kept going after that. I mean, we had a lot in common, so it was kind of like easy to jam and like kind of figure out what we wanted to do like pretty quickly. We all listened to the same shit pretty much.
It's a trip because that's your high school band. You're playing some wacky shit, dude.
Yeah.
Wacky.
It's cool. It's definitely, it's nice to, I feel like a lot of people, well, I feel like I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to do that. Cause like we spent so many years just writing at Eric's parents' house, like just in the upstairs, like where his drum kit was set up. Eventually just became our practice room, and we were there like 7 days a week pretty much.
Yeah, you guys would get off work at 7 p.m. and jam almost every day till 10 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. And we were very tight on that. Like we stopped on the dot at 10, so we never got a complaint. We never like no neighbors are pissed or anything like that. And
it's a good hack right there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we did our absolute best to like be respectful of that. And his parents also played music, so they were totally understanding and like supportive of us doing that as well.
It's like, what are they doing up there?
Sometimes I'm sure. I'm sure, especially as we started getting more vocals going on. I'm sure because his parents are amazing singers, so like they were probably just like cringing, turning up the TV as loud as possible so they didn't have to hear us. But yeah, it was cool. That was a big part of the foundation of how we were all able to get, you know, pretty good at what we do, just in the sense of like nonstop jamming together and just writing together. And I feel like, you know, that shaped a lot of how I would write music, because now in the back of my head, if I'm writing something, I am thinking of what they would also think or what they might do randomly. Like it's just unconscious. Like
you already know. Yeah.
Like would this work in like Night Versus, or would Eric and Riley think this riff is cool? And I'm just sitting in my room by myself thinking about that. And it's just kind of I don't know, it's like a mutual respect thing too that we all have in that way. And I feel like I don't know, I'm glad we got to do that, because I think it'd be a lot harder if I didn't have people to like challenge me growing up and like push me to be better at what I do. So yeah, that was a good thing we got to do that.
That's one thing I learned about you. You and Night Versus is how close you guys are, and you guys have your foundation. It's a very solid foundation, being kids and growing up together and playing together and having this crazy music. So it kind of all makes sense now. Now that I see the backstory now.
Yeah, no, it's cool. And I mean, we've all gone on to do random other projects and stuff here and there too. But I think that always kind of is like the underlying factor in a lot of what we do.
Yeah, Night Versus is you guys. Yeah. You know? So the Night Versus start at 2012?
Yeah.
The year that the world was supposed to end, right?
Yeah, I know.
Perfect year.
I forgot how much I was paying attention to all that stuff. The world ending and like that. I remember that movie came out too, and I was like super stoked on that.
What's that movie called? Is it called 2012?
Yeah, 2012. Yeah.
Wow, I don't think have I seen this movie? I don't know.
Yeah, that movie has the best like tidal wave sequence in a movie that I've seen. But
Dude, tidal wave would be terrifying,
it would be
dude.
scary as hell. And like I think it took place in California too, if I remember right, in that movie.
Of course
So
it
I feel like
does.
it would be relative to everything. Yeah, dude, this scene is so sick. It just looks like a mountain.
I gotta
But
rewatch this movie.
yeah, you should for sure.
What was the concept of 2012? What
The
was it?
Mayan calendar ended,
Okay.
and they, I guess, had predicted random things throughout the timeline of everything. So like because that ended, people just assumed like the world must end when that, or not everybody, but
Yeah.
conspiracists like me assumed that the world was going to end at that point. And I didn't genuinely think so, but I was definitely reading
yeah.
message boards and forums, just like
Oh, get out of
gathering
there.
as much info as I could. I was interested. Dude, I love that kind of stuff. It's like
Yeah.
aliens, like anything like that. I'm super
Yeah.
into.
What do you
Yeah.
where do you go to find that information?
Legitimately, back then, I don't remember the exact website,
Back
but
then,
it was
too,
it was a 2012 forum that was created just to talk about that. So I was like on there all the time,
bunch of
just reading.
psychos in one forum?
Yeah,
Oh my
bunch of
goodness.
psychos for sure.
And you're just writing night versus stuff.
Yeah, I'm just still trying to write riffs while I'm just like reading all this crazy shit.
It all makes sense now. Because now you have a lot of options as far as where you get your info from. But yeah, back 2012, yeah, you kind of have
Yeah.
really have much.
Well, now I would just probably be on Reddit for everything. But back then, yeah, I had to be a little bit more, I guess, finding the stuff online. But I don't even remember how I found that one. But I did, and I was all about that. I would check that like every day for like the year.
And people believe
So
it.
crazy.
And people say I'm dumb.
Dude.
Yeah. So you'll be. I don't want to put you into a box, but would you like consider yourself like a conspiracist or like what?
Not really. Like I'm not like crazy about it, but I like to know about what people are thinking about in those
Yeah.
types of ways. Like it's fun to read about. It's
Sure.
fun to like kind of try to understand why somebody might actually think a certain thing like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's random things that line up that, it's kind of interesting that
It's
things might
interesting.
line up that way. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not like day to day, like, consciously thinking about the world ending or like random or like when
Yeah.
aliens are invading and stuff like that. Moments though, like when all the drone stuff was happening, like in New Jersey and all that. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're reading about that, but like I was definitely interested in that.
Yeah.
Kind of seeing like what that was, and is now are we actually getting a taste of what might be some alien stuff? Like who knows? But I don't think it was at this point. But yeah,
Just-
I'm down to like open myself up to the idea of random
Just
shit.
it mystery of giant drones swarming, just swarming.
It was weird. I mean, there's definitely things that I think we'll never fully know. So I'm
what-
always down to try to see what
What do you
things
think?
could be.
What do you think it is?
These I think they were just us experimenting, or like I don't really know, to be honest. I never really got like a definitive feeling about it. I think it was more just like the government, maybe some other countries' drones coming into ours, and we had to like release ours on top of that
Sure.
to kind of offset the what's going
Sure.
on a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I definitely believe there's a lot of things are just one big distraction.
Maybe.
Yeah, I believe in two things. This is like my core beliefs. I believe there's in a distraction. So when I see something big on the news or there's some kind of riot, I that's when I get kind of freaked out. I'm like, this is
Yeah,
what else is going on?
it's true.
And so that's kind of like, what else is going on, dude? Holy shit!
Yeah, I think that's very possible. Like
And also, I also believe the best way to hide something is in front of people's faces.
yeah,
Like if
hide
you
in
put
plain sight.
something, a lot of I guess you'd say epiphanies in my personal life, my little fucking world of this fucking crazy planet. Answers, you're looking, I'm reading books, I'm like, wow, but the answer will be like right in front of your face or something like, or a part of a song or like a riff, like it's right here. I'm like looking around.
Yeah.
So it's like you
That
could
happens.
you could put something in front of a human's face, especially when you're talking group humans. It's just hide it. So either you're hiding it in front of people or it's some big distraction or something else that's more serious.
Yeah. No, I could totally see that being a thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes sense. Like, I feel like everyone gravitates towards like the craziest shit that like
Totally.
something like that. Like, you're gonna be interested in that, and
Oh,
they could
totally.
totally get away with something on the side over here.
I wonder where people went to find out what was going on with 9/11, because that was a big conspiracy.
Yeah.
I wonder where was when did Reddit start? It's
That's a good question.
It's probably a better question.
Actually, I have no idea. If I were to guess, I would say 2008, 2007 maybe, but that might be too.
Reddit year, let's see. 05?
Oh.
Founded June 23, 2005, 20 years ago. Happy birthday, Reddit. Yeah. 2 decades.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
That shit flew by.
Yeah, that site's pretty awesome. I feel like I'm sure everyone at this point uses it or at least familiar with it. But when I first got onto Reddit, that was like, it was a really fun site because there's so many subreddits there's so much information, right or wrong, on that website. That,
right or wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cool part, at least other than the fact that I feel like maybe a lot of like bots are on there now at this point, or AI driven things.
Dude, yeah,
it's cool to see so many opinions, and like the upvoting system is like something I always appreciated, because like if people have an opinion and you got a bunch of other people weighing in on that opinion, and it's like a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I've definitely changed my mind recently on Reddit, because sometimes you'll take a group of people and then you'll generalize the whole thing, and it tends to be like a lot of hate. They tend to congregate in Reddit, but if you take out those people, Reddit is really sick. So I've said like I hate Reddit, but I really don't. Reddit is fucking awesome, because even I go in there. I'm like, oh shit, I'm on Reddit. I don't even know how did I get here. I'm like looking for a gear question, but it tends to like that if people want to congregate somewhere to hate on this, bring people down, they tend to go to Reddit first.
Sure.
So that affects my opinion. But Reddit is it's really sick.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things you have to just kind of find your own path of how you view it, and like use your own kind of intelligence and your own research to like get definitive answers for things. But it's a good place to kind of get cool conversations, or
totally,
the dialogue on stuff going.
Doing research is tough, dude.
Yeah,
this thing's taught me like, oh man, I don't know shit. I've read books, hours and weeks and months, just my life, and then I'll bring up a question, and they're like, that's not true.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, oh shit. It's like, so like I'm kind of now I question even more.
Yeah.
But that's life. We can only do our best.
For sure.
Well, shit, dude. Usually I like to jam.
Yeah.
With people, but you have such interesting tunings.
Oh yeah.
I don't even. So you do open tunings, right? With the 8, and you have a 6-string here that's tuned to C.
Yeah,
right?
So all of my guitars I use open tunings. I kind of just I used to always use drop C, just straight up as it was.
Yeah.
And then I kind of had a realization that if I tune like the top 2 strings down a whole step, then now I have another octave of C and another octave of G. And it kind of opened up some ideas for me, like as far as like harmonics and just open notes, like having like those 3 octaves and those.
Oh,
which is, I think, dadgad in a way, but I never did
dadgad, right?
I never did that specifically. I just thought literally just tuning those to match the bottom 2. And then conceptually, it's like you can play the same frets, so like it's all the same. And then harmonics across the 12th, 5th, the 5th fret, 7th fret, and 12th fret are all in key, and the open notes. If you're playing C as your root, then all of that is in play. And so to me, that kind of opened up some doors of like I can kind of move around a certain way. So like, wow. I don't know. It kind of just expanded, I guess, my palette a bit of where I can hit.
What made you do the tuning? Like, were we just like being like an idiot? Like, oh, I don't like this. Like, just doing weird shit. How are you?
Honestly,
tuning?
I don't remember the exact moment, but I think it was writing when I was trying to write more. When Night Versus went instrumental, I think that was kind of the first time I really started honing in on it. And
so you guys have four records, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the earlier record, like the first one, like, is not the open tuning.
I think I might have had 1 or 2 songs with it, but it was more like it wasn't my main tuning. Like at that point, it was kind of like, how do I write in the same key. Like I like writing and I like having the open note as the root note for whatever tuning I'm in. I like having like, if it's literally any tuning, I like having the open as the root of a song for the most part. I vary from that, of course, but like that's where I like to start most of the time. And with that in mind, you know, I was trying to think of like how can I do more within that, but also like not hit the same notes every time or not hit the same frets and all kind of stuff. And I don't know. I don't think there was like a band or a song that made me do it. I think I just randomly did it. And I think like the idea of like tapping like the frets being in play like here, like you can just do that entire run, all the same frets. And like that kind of situation just kind of opened up some ideas to me. And then the harmonics, that might have been really it, because I wanted to do more harmonics. Actually, now I think about it, that is it. Because having, you know, the ones up here just allowed more riffs to kind of happen or more parts to happen. It allowed me to fill more space as one guitar player, because I can have more drone notes and more kind of like over or like layers of notes. So like if I'm writing like here, like how that kind of hangs over.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
So it kind of allowed me to fill out like more space that way.
I see.
Not to mention, like, you know, it's kind of a cool way. This guitar is not the best way to demo it, but I'll show you my A string. But like having riffs where, you know, like if you're writing like a riff, like maybe an intro, and you have kind of like a.
Okay, I got my riff.
Like you can kind of like drop down, like so you can kind of play the same shit. Probably
instantly.
Like just having the opens to kind of bounce between, or like even just pull offs, like the. Yeah, I don't know, but that's kind of where I've always been mentally. Like it allowed me to fill out more kind of space with one guitar.
I see it now. Okay.
Yeah, and even more so with these, because then there's more strings, there's more octaves, there's more harmonics. So like on my 8 string, I tune it. And actually for the 8 string, I did this specifically because I could not wrap my head around a standard 8 string tuning. Like there's just two, I just can't, like if you hand me an 8 string tuning in standard, I'll sound like I don't really know what I'm doing.
You'll have a heart attack.
Or I'll just be rocking the bottom 4 strings, like just playing drop D riffs.
That's what I do.
Same. So when I got one like of my own, I was like, oh, I can tune this however I want, because I can do whatever I want. There's no rules, right? So I was like,
rules, dude.
So I just threw on different gauge strings and just kind of messed around, and I tuned that guitar F, C, F, A sharp, C sharp, F, C, F. So the top 3 are the same as the bottom 3, which is really weird for some people, but here, I'll bust it out.
Yeah, so I was trying to get the tuning. I'm like, well, he has a 6 string and a 7 string and an 8 string, all open tunings. How the hell is he doing it?
Make sure it's in tune. Probably should have done this before we started.
And this is, if you're just listening, this is a Bossy.
Yeah, I play a Bossy 8 strings. This is the ME8. It's a sick guitar. I also have the Larada Legion, I believe.
I think it's a beast. You don't got to be in tune, man.
True. So yeah, this one, same kind of shit. All the harmonics on the 5th, 7th, and 12th fret.
Oh, dude.
Which is like a pretty cool, dark, moody vibe. And this one, I gotta take the ring off. But yeah, like this one, there's more open notes, more harmonics. So like with this, I can kind of pick, you know. There's also the Bossy pedal. That thing adds like a nice. It's kind of like a compressor. So even just like picking just all the open notes while I'm hammering on my left hand just kind of like creates more opportunity for some cool rhythmic stuff. But also showing you like that. So like if I was doing like a build-up riff, bounce between stuff, or even having like chords out of it. So yeah, it's fun for like heavy shit in that way. But for the melodic stuff, that's like super fun to jam with, like the spacey clean, kind of having all the harmonics and things layering over each other.
Yeah. How did you figure out the tuning for the A string? Did it take you a bit?
Yeah, I tried a few different things. What was important to me was having the harmonic chords. So like I wanted all the way through, like having just even on just one fret. Like I wanted them to be chords as well, so I can have riffs. Like in some ways it's a little bit of a cheat in a way, because it kind of like guarantees you certain things, but it also, I don't know, my head is wrapped around that now. So like for me,
it's not cheating. Well, at least in my personal opinion, it's not cheating.
For sure.
You still gotta learn how to play it. You gotta write it.
Yeah, sure.
You gotta dedicate your life to it. You know, it's fucking sick, dude. Are you a sad guy?
No, but I think I've always gravitated towards minor music. Like that's what
it is.
Nothing I listen to is major. Like I do not, I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of a single song where I'm like, oh, I like that song and it's in major.
Yeah. It's always some kind of,
like I can like a Beatles song here and there. I can like, maybe something that is a little happier sometimes, but for the most part, everything I listen to, every band that's like my favorite band mostly writes in minor. Like, I don't know if there's a Tool song that is in major. I don't know if there's like, there might be maybe moments of Opeth that touch in major, but I think for the most part, they're also a lot in minor. And like, ISIS, the band, is in minor. And most of the time, I think they have like one song in major.
Dang, Nick, calm down, dude.
God, I gotta say it.
Great band, man.
Yeah, I love all that stuff. So like the very moody music is something I've always gravitated towards. And I think minor keys are just the best. So my head is just like, that's what I always think to do. So all of my tunings are catered towards that. And honestly, for as long as I've been playing guitar, I have a very ignorant perspective of that. Like, I don't know if I had to jam in major, I don't know that I could do it without hitting a wrong note. Like I'm just so mentally focused on what I like and what I know that I never quite learned scales traditionally. I kind of just like did my own thing.
Because you mentioned you got a guitar and then you immediately started writing before you could even play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was always focused on writing. So I used to have like a very basic way to record myself with like this shitty computer mic, and I would just put it next to that Ibanez amp that we were looking at earlier.
Dude, sick.
Just put it up against it, and I would just record that way into like
there it is.
Acid, into like Acid Pro, like back in the day, like the old DAW. I wonder if that even exists anymore. But I used to use Acid to record stuff, which was funny, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Is this it?
Maybe, yeah. I'm sure it's changed over the years, but yeah, that looks pretty familiar. So I used to use that. Yeah, now I use Logic,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
way
so good.
Logic's sick. But
Simple.
yeah, it's very simple. And yeah, I don't know. So I used to always be more interested in writing riffs and trying to make my own thing versus like learning. Like I learned other people's songs, which I think is important because early on, like you want to learn riffs that you like so that you can kind of understand how they're done. So I used to do that, and that would help my playing a lot. And actually, one of the biggest things that helped me was I took lessons from AJ Minette, who used to play in the Human Abstract, or he probably, I guess
Oh,
he's still,
shit.
he never like left it, but he's an awesome guitar player. And I took lessons with him when I was pretty young, like 19 or so, with my friend Chris. We used to go up there and take lessons, and
That's rad.
it was cool because like my friend Chris was learning like theory mostly, like he was interested in that side of stuff, and AJ was great at teaching that. But I just was really interested in technique. So like I just wanted him to show me physically how to do things better and like what like how to like not necessarily shred, but like how to just be better at physically playing guitar. I didn't care about understanding more musically. I just wanted to play better. So he gave me some cool techniques on like warm-ups and just random, like he taught me how to like sweep pick also, which is something I really wanted to learn. Like I don't think he was trying to teach me that. I was just like, I really want to learn how to sweep pick. So I learned at the time how to do that. And that was super helpful. And he actually, the reason why I play it this way on my left leg instead of like on the right is because of him too.
Oh, wow.
So like he kind of broke down my whole posturing and like everything I used to do back then. And yeah, if anyone doesn't know AJ or the Human Abstract, go listen to Nocturne. I mean, that dude was like 18, I think, when he wrote that, and the guitars are insane on that. So yeah, so he was a big part of like what kind of shaped like that allowed me to get better at guitar, like playing wise for sure, when I took lessons from him. And then yeah, after that, I've always been about writing. So that's kind of why I wanted to learn the technique stuff, was just to get better at writing riffs that I want to write, things that I want to, hear from other bands and like aspire to do. I wanted to learn how to do those things. Because like mentally, I always felt like I knew what I wanted to write. I just didn't know how to quite get there every time.
Yeah.
So that was always my focus.
That's life, dude. How do I do this?
Yeah, for sure.
I need to figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a really cool way to take lessons. I did something pretty similar, where like you don't want to learn theory, but you just want to learn how to put your fucking fingers on the fretboard.
Yeah.
So how do I just move? How do I do this?
Yeah, and to this day, I don't know theory at all. So like, there are people like I've given guitar lessons, and they ask me questions about that. I'm just like, dude, honestly, I'm not the dude for that. Like, I don't know. You probably know more than I do about theory. Like, I might know like some things unconsciously, but for the most part, I've always been about just finding your own voice through just experimenting and finding the right notes to you and stuff like that. And obviously, like, there's, it's helpful to know certain things, I'm sure, and maybe I'm being like naive to that, but I like the idea of discovery. So like, if I'm just gonna play guitar, I don't want to know this chord goes into this chord because it makes this thing happen. Like I want to just find that out naturally. Like I don't want to know like by the book or like mathematically what I'm supposed to do or things like that to create a mood. I just like finding the mood that I want. So that's kind of where I've always been. And I don't think there's anything wrong with theory. I think if you are going about it that way, like there's, I'm sure, things you can do that I would never think to do either. But yeah, I don't know. That's always been kind of my perspective on it. And also, again, ignorantly a little bit, like I played guitar in drop C for so long. So my whole perspective of guitar playing is based around drop C. So even on the 8 string or the 7 string, I will reference my 6 string and drop C in my head. So it's like, if I know something's in F, like this guitar is in F on the bottom string, that's the 5th fret on my 6 string.
Yeah.
So then if I'm like, I've like basically like that kind of helps me translate certain things. So if somebody's like, oh, like if I'm on my 6 string and someone's like, oh, the song is in G, then I think about the 7th fret. And I'm like, okay, so 7th fret, which means these frets are in play in minor at least. So I know automatically what I can hit just because I know the 7th fret is G. And then I know like the 2nd fret is D. So things like that. So like I wrap my head around like which open notes are available. So like, yeah, I'll switch back to that so I can explain. But
yeah, please. It's I always tell people this, like the sound of my body is drop A. Do you think there's something about C that's just you? What's like?
I think C is the perfect balance of heavy and not so heavy that it's like that next step. Like drop A is like significantly darker and heavier than C. Yeah. And I love drop A. This guitar is in basically drop A.
Nice.
And C, I think the first thing I learned in C was System of a Down. So like when I learned a song by them, I was like, oh, this tuning's pretty cool. It's heavier, but it's still, you can still hear, it's clear enough. Like you can still hear the notes and stuff like that. It doesn't muddy out too much.
What song? I'm sorry.
I learned just System of a Down songs in general.
Yeah, nice.
Probably at that time would have been like Sugar or like Spiders and stuff like back then.
Oh yeah,
the first record.
Stuff. Yeah, nice.
And then I got Toxicity was pretty sick too. But yeah, that, so like for me, for example, like if I'm playing in drop C, what this guitar is, then the 7th fret, I think about, okay, in this fret, in this key that this fret is the root of, what open notes do I have? It's this. This is the root of that, right?
Yeah.
So then now I know, okay, so I can go like, I can go back to that if I want. And then there's other ones because I have this open tuning. I also have it here.
Oh.
So then,
dude, that's sick.
So then I know, like, okay, I can bounce between those octaves without any pedals yet. So that's not even incorporating the whammy, which can also shift me even other places.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking like, okay, I have these. Also, I think about which harmonics are in play, right? So in that key, I have the 7th fret ones. I have the 12th fret, which is the octave of that and the open that I was hitting. I have the 12th fret here, which is also that same octave. So that's kind of the stuff I think about, because then for me, that allows me to fill out more space again. Yeah. So I can like know. Whatever, I don't know what that was, but so I have like the range awesome. To do more stuff. And that's then awesome. In F, which would be the 5th fret, I know that it's this. So it's a little higher, but I can do like maybe some weird stuff like I have that drone of that note. And then obviously C, I have that one and this one. And then yeah, I don't know. So I kind of like base it around that. That changes. Those are the main ones that off the top of my head, but then it kind of varies between other ones. Like D, I'm not going to have those as much. You would in a regular drop D tuning or drop C tuning because you would have the octave there. But yeah, I don't know. So that's like my brain gets a little bit weird with that stuff. But that's kind of where I'm at.
Get weirder, dude. It's awesome, man. I think because people are hearing this and all, dude, what's making it sound like besides you? What's like the, I guess what's the rig?
Yeah. So I'm running the Axe Effects right now, and I have it in stereo, basically in a way where if you have one of these things, and this will probably work in any modeler, I have a delay that goes after my cab that kind of splits. There's like a 20 millisecond delay that kind of offsets the guitar a little bit, so it creates a wider signal. So if you are listening at home or anything like that, and you put on headphones, it spreads out, or it should spread like 2 guitars. I think. But yeah, so like that allowed me to fill out just like a wider signal that way. But yeah, the chain, basically I run like a compressor into one of the amps on there, or 2 of the amps on there really, and then I put a delay before the cab, and then I put a delay after the cab, which that one I was just talking about, the millisecond off split thing. And then I put one more delay at the end of everything, which kind of sends everything into a full stereo sound. But I like the delay in front of the amp because it creates a dirtier delay sound.
Yeah.
So like this one. Like it gets a little weird because like the last delay in the chain is slightly different in the feedback than the one in the front of the cab. So I don't know, a little bit more of dissonance, I guess.
No, it's rad. So
yeah.
We have the Axe FX 3 rack, and then we have the FC12 foot controller.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went with this foot controller because well, this thing's a freaking beast as well. Like you can beat the shit out of the FC12 and it can take it. And that's one thing I liked about it. I also have these K&K shields on top. Shout out to them because it's a really sick accessory for the Fractal, but it kind of just like protects the unit as well.
Okay.
They make them for all the modelers though, if anyone needs that. So this thing basically, I have 8 scenes on the left, which is all the red buttons here. And then I have a tap tempo, a tuner. I have this thing labeled as harmony, but it's basically like an extra button. And then I have a layout. So the layout button here, I've set up to have all my different songs in our set. So I can just push one and it'll switch to
that scene.
all of that preset.
Okay.
So it brings up the preset for that song. And then, so I built a patch just for this today, just to have like some stuff to play through. But
nice, man.
so that's kind of like the setup. And then I have effect wise, depends on the song. So like I build a different preset for each song with effects. I use the same amps and everything across the board, but I switch up, which I think is the Soldano and the Angle Severe, I think it's called. I use both of those for my amps, and then for the clean, I actually don't remember what my clean ones are. I forget, but that's for distortion. So I also have like the Axe Effects controls my whammy too. So generally I would have like my MIDI cable plugged into the whammy. And so when I change patches on here on the Axe Effects, it changes the settings on the whammy too. Which is a game changer for me, because I'm like, I used to be a master of like tap dancing. Like I would have like all my stuff timed out, 2 feet on the board at once, like whatever I had to do. And this kind of frees up some of that like need to tap like that. So I have the Axe Effects changes the settings on the whammy per moment of the song, which I can set up in the scenes of the Axe Effects, which is awesome. That's changed everything for me. And then I use a lot of the pitch shifting in here too. So I mean, I have like in here, this song Vice Wave drops me down to A sharp. And that's just purely the pitch and the Axe Effects. And then like I use the octave. And that's like basically what the octave would be on the whammy is what I'm trying to get to. So like I usually like I saw you had Darren Miller on here also, and that dude is kind of like the octave master of that tone. Like it's kind of like I love his tone, so sick. And that's kind of like I know he uses a different pedal, but I use the whammy for that a lot. And what's cool with the whammy is at least like you can pitch shift it up. So it gets a little weirder with that, which is fun.
That's freaking sick, dude.
And then this Ricochet pedal, I don't know if you mess with this one, but the Ricochet.
And then, so people don't know, you have the Axe Effects 3, you have the floorboard, but also you're incorporating a pedal board to it, which goes to the Axe Effects and comes back, correct?
Yeah, I run the pedal board in front of the Axe Effects actually. So any sound on the pedal board is going in front of the amps.
Got it.
I've always liked it that way. I've never used like effects return and send and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just like how it dirties up the signal. Like I like that sound. It's a little noisier. It's a little bit more chaotic. Yeah, and so I've always kind of done that. I know a lot of people actually run effects loop, but I just never did that. So, and there's so many ways to run pedals with these things, like the 4-cable method, all that kind of stuff. I never bothered with it. I always just ran everything in front. And now what's cool is like, because I have the modeler, which again, like Quad Cortex, Kemper, I don't know about Kemper, but like Helix, any of these things can put your signal into stereo. So having the pedal board, even in mono, going in front of your amp, you can still split into a stereo signal using one of the modelers. So like having that opportunity is really nice, which is what I do. So this board, I'll go through it real quick. So we have the Abasi pedal in front, which is it's like the micro aggressor, which is kind of like a compressor-ish type pedal. It's kind of its own thing though. I gotta be honest. Like I've used a few different compressors. I feel like this one is the best at going for like that kind of like really bitey, kind of like a crisp, clean tone. Like I use it for a lot of like, if I'm doing any selective picking kind of stuff, especially very much helps that.
Nice.
But anything with harmonics or tapping, it's really good for. So I have that pedal in front. That's going into the Grand Orbiter, which is from Earthquaker Devices, which is basically this pedal's sick. I use it.
I've thought about this pedal a lot, in particular.
Yeah, it's cool. It does more than I use it for, but I use it for this setting that basically is like just like chaos. So it's at the end of our song. We have a song called Arrival, and basically. So yeah. So it creates like that kind of chaos sound. And that's how I have it set. It's pretty much a phase shifter kind of pedal.
Yeah.
But I just blast the rate and I kind of like, yeah, it's a setting. I mean, it's pretty much that. It's just like blasting the knobs a bit, but it's sick. So
That's rad.
Yeah, so I got that one. Those two pedals go into the Whammy. Whammy goes into the Ricochet, which the Ricochet is cool for so many reasons, but it does things the Whammy can't do, and you can control it with the knobs. So like it doesn't have the MIDI capabilities that the Whammy has, but it has a lot of other features that the Whammy doesn't have. So
Okay.
for example, it can shift you down and it can be momentary. So you can be like, and that's going down like a fourth. Shoot it down an octave. I should probably turn off my. I already had an octave on too. Actually, yeah, let's go clean. So.
Oh.
And then
That's how you do that.
time the you can time the way it goes down or up. So right now it's going down, and there's two knobs on it. One is how long it takes to get back to your regular sound, and how long it takes to get down the octave. So. So you can even time it more.
Dude.
So you can have it take longer to get back up too. So having that in combination with the Whammy is like super crucial to me.
I was wondering, like, why does he have a Whammy and the Ricochet? Okay, I got it.
Yeah, so that pedal's
sick.
And then that I think is going into the synthesizer, which is from Boss. And that pedal is kind of like it's a little crazy. I haven't found like a place to put it in a song quite yet, but it can do a lot of cool stuff. So it can just be like an arpeggiator. So like, it's pretty nuts for just like one guitar to just be able to do that.
Oh wow!
So I found running that with some fuzz is pretty cool.
Let's go. Dude, you definitely believe in aliens for sure. That's I get it. Okay.
Yeah, then that goes into the dynamic wah, which I prefer to use an actual wah pedal because I like the foot control of stuff. But it is cool with this pedal because there's a tempo function on it, so you can tap in the tempo.
Oh, what's the tempo? Oh, what the hell?
You can get it going like really fast.
Oh, that's cool.
Which like you can't do that with your foot as easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that one. That one, obviously also in combination with other pedals is crazy.
That's dope.
Oops. And then I also have the Earthquaker Devices Pyramids pedal, which this pedal is sick. And it's also a flanger, kind of similar-ish to the Grand Orbiter if you're not using it in the way that I am. But I'm using it as like kind of a chaos pedal.
Okay.
And to me, this is kind of like the new metal lead. So if I was doing like, if someone had chords or something and I was going like... So like that pedal I use, we actually have a song with my 7-string where in Night Verse is called Phoenix. It's on our new record, or Phoenix Evocation, and that has a part with this pedal where it's like basically just like a cool, I don't know, I like it a lot for the high pitched kind of squealy sounds.
Rad.
But it does work as a good flanger as well if you're into like that kind of more Incubus kind of vibe maybe on guitar. And then that goes into the Sunless, basically Sunless Winter, which is like it's basically just an overdrive.
Okay.
So I mean, it functions like most would, but it's a good one. I like it. So I use that to drive more like metal stuff if I wanted to have a little bit of an extra boost. And then the Hizu Mitas, I believe it's called, from Earthquaker is the fuzz pedal that I've been using. And this one, just a solid fuzz pedal. It can kind of do a couple different tones with that. Really cool with the octave setting on the Whammy. That's like a good combo. And then I have this pedal on the top left, which is actually a custom pedal my friend Chris made me. And
shout out.
It's also a fuzz pedal, but it's pretty different. Kind of get this like broken sound.
Nice. That's dope.
And then so then I have the Phoenix, this Fox Gear company, I believe was owned by Schecter at some point. I don't know if they still exist, but I have a couple of their pedals. So this one is basically an overdrive, which I kind of just had, so I threw it on here, but it's solid. It kind of, it's not, I like the Sunless one the most out of those, but I just have it here just to add an extra thing. And then I also have this trembler pedal, which is basically also from Fox Gear, and this is like a tremolo. Although I will say it's a pretty mild tremolo, but it's kind of cool to have sometimes. So like this is it fully blasted.
Oh, it's very subtle.
It's very subtle. I don't know if that's just because of where it's at in the chain or what, but it like creeps up after.
Interesting.
So it's kind of weird.
That's
but,
nice.
That's cool. Then this Matrix pedal is basically a flanger. Sort of almost like a chorus too.
Tight. Oh.
And one of my favorite pedals, in addition to the Whammy and stuff like that, is this Holy Grail from
Classic pedal, dude.
Wow, I can't think of the Electro-Harmonics. Yeah, shit. EHX. Very sick pedal. This thing, to me, like if you're ever going for like a shoegazy kind of sound, maybe like Deftones style. It just has like it adds like a nice kind of like vibey sound to it. So I use that a lot. And then all of that ends with the noise suppressor from Boss, which does what it does.
Classic.
Yeah, classic pedal, can't beat it.
And you still have the same one you got when you were in high school, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You could tell just by looking at it.
Tight.
Yeah, so there's that's pretty much the general, like, this is what I have set up at home as my studio board all the time, and then here and there when we do shows, I have like a smaller board that is just the essential pedals, and I'll pull some off of this.
What's
to
on
put
your
on that?
What's in your like essential
The
board?
essential board is the Ricochet, the Whammy, the Grand Orbiter, and sometimes the Pyramids. That pedal I only use in one song, so I don't always have it. And then I have an expression pedal. So that's kind of that. Oh, also, actually, I just added the drop tune pedal from Digitech as well, just in case I need to pitch shift down. I can do that on the Fractal, but it saves me a block if I use the pedal, so I can have like more to do on the Fractal instead of using a pitch shifter dedicated just to pitch shift me down.
Oh, okay.
So I can use the drop tune in front of the amp, which would do the same thing. And to be honest, that pedal is really good. The drop tune pedal does some of the best like full key change pitch shifting that I've used. So I feel like it's pretty necessary for that situation where you want to like drop your entire guitar down a whole step or whatever, half step.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so that pedal's sick. So if you have a modeler, most of them can do this as well. But I feel like having it in addition to them is pretty helpful because it kind of frees up a little bit of the modeler to do other things.
How many pedals is that? What, 5?
On the live board, about 5 pedals. And then I'm trying to keep it low like that because the less I have, the less issues I'll have.
Totally.
And I try to put most of the stress onto the Fractal in terms of effects and things like that, just because it's such a beast that it can handle a lot.
Yeah.
So I put a lot, like I don't have any delays or reverbs, that's a reverb technically, but the EHX pedal's a reverb, the Holy Grail. But technically, I don't have any like delays on here. So I use all of the delay on the Fractal, and it's full stereo. So like, I don't know that like delay to me is not such a like proprietary sound. Like as far as like, I don't think there's any one company that makes like the best delay sound. I think delay can sound good even on the cheapest end. So I know that like the Strymon Timeline is like the most, like I've used that on records a bunch, and that is a really, really sick one. But for most of the sounds I need, just the basic delay. Like if I'm recording, I use the Logic tape delay like 90% of the time for any delay that I want.
Wow.
Which is just the stock Logic delay.
Well, what was the one you used to have? It was the Boss. Is it the gate delay?
So I do also have that.
Is that right?
Yeah, the Giga delay, the DD20. It's a white pedal.
It's classic.
Yeah, that pedal's sick. What was so sick about that pedal and why I even got it in the first place was it can save presets.
Yeah.
And it has it's actually the DD20. I don't even know what that one looks totally different. What is that? DD200?
That's the, I think, upgraded version of it. Yeah,
sick.
Yeah, this is the hot one, dude.
Yeah, so that pedal...
this is the hot boy right here.
It's a cool pedal. So yeah, you can save 4 presets, which was sick, and you can you can dial in exact tempos. So like you don't have to tap in tempos. You can just have them ready to go.
Yeah.
Which was really helpful at the time before I was using any modeler situation. I used to use that pedal, and I still have it. Like the Boss pedals are tanks. Like I've had those forever. Dude. They don't break. Like I've had them, I mean... Literally, I don't have it on here now, but my delay pedal I've had since I was in high school. I still have it, the DD6, and I have this one too. But the DD6 I've had forever. Like knobs are missing on it, like it's like the covers are missing, but the pedal works fine. So
dang,
yeah, it's crazy how those things hold up.
What are they made out of?
I don't know. Freaking
what are these pedals?
Some alien tech metal, dude.
Dude, I wonder, dude. Is it metal or is that plastic?
They're not. I don't
aluminum?
think it's plastic. It might be aluminum.
Aluminum, some kind of. I wonder what they're.
They're very sturdy. But yeah, the DD6 is sick. Boss is like the most like to the point effects. I feel like they just do exactly what you need them to do.
That's why they're so classic.
Yeah, and they're all the same size, which is really cool. I mean, not all of them, but like those pedals, like they're either the dual pedal for the most part or the single one. I feel like that's cool if you have. Like I always used to like a Guitar Center when you go there and they just have like a whole Boss board and they're all just perfectly aligned and it's nice to look at.
And then you just go there and try it out, turn all the knobs up.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you're doing exactly what I want to do. I want to combine like the pedals with your amp. So I want to find, but I'm trying to like, because I'm going to each pedal and finding which one's better. This chorus in the quad, the chorus is untouchable. I put in the small stone, like the classic, all my choruses. Cool. It's just, so I'm trying to find which ones do their job, which one's better, and when I have like a good like 4 like pedals.
Yeah, I see you got the pitchfork too. That pedal's sick.
Pitchfork's really fucking cool.
We used that on our record, our last record for bass actually.
It has like this, like the octave lower effect. Just sounds better. I don't know. Again, you like compare. Okay, which one's better? Okay, I'll fucking pick that one.
Yeah.
I think guitar players get a little bit too geeky, where it's like they want to go all digital. I'm like, man, you gotta kind of fucking find what's fucking sick, dude, and use it.
Yeah, it's nice having the balance and also just the options and stuff. And I think like the cool thing about pedals is that they're made to do exactly what that pedal says it's gonna do. Dude, totally. So like the thought and like the intention behind it is to make that effect as good as it can be. Whereas a modeler, they're trying to cover all of the ground, and not saying their pedals aren't or the effects aren't good, but like it's just a different vibe.
It's
like,
different, huh?
Yeah, it's a little. In my opinion, it's a little different. So yeah, but I think the quad effects are good from what I've heard. Like I haven't had one to mess with for long, but that pedal or that thing is sick. The fractal effects are awesome. I'm stoked on all of those, and like the range that they have in there is like covers most of the territory I need.
Mm-hmm.
But the pitch shifting from Digitech is always my favorite, so that's why I have the Whammy and Ricochet. I have backups of each of these just in case, and I've been using these for forever. So like I definitely will always have at least a Whammy. And actually, on our last tour with Animals, we went out with Animals as leaders in March, and that my Whammy pedal power died.
Oh, perfect.
In the middle of a set, and my fractal controller came like half of the thing went out because like one of the ribbon cables came unplugged, and like that's my fault for not ever even trying to open it up. But I did like 3 tours or 2 tours right before that, and then we went into Animals, and through all the traveling and stuff, it got moved around a bunch, I'm sure. So it just came loose. And so what was really cool about that is it sucked. First of all, it sucked that I was kind of freaking out about it because we're in the middle of a set, and it was a good show. There was a lot of people there at that one. And anyway, so like 3 songs in, that half of the board just goes black. And so what was cool about it is it shifted all of my presets into 6 buttons as best as it could. Like it wasn't like these just died and then these stayed the same. It actually moved some things around, so it allowed me to still switch settings between songs, which was nice. So I wasn't totally screwed. And then, but my Whammy pedal power died. So I was like, wait, what the hell? So I thought the Whammy was messed up. I didn't know. But then I also had the expression pedal. So I was like, well, I can try to find another Whammy or another power supply, or I can just reprogram my patches and the Axe effects and use the expression pedal as my Whammy, which worked for most of it. And I had the Ricochet. So I got through the rest of the tour like that. But it was just not the same feeling though. Like I feel like the Whammy is just the perfect feel of pedal movement and the sound. It just works the best.
Yeah, the Whammy stuff is one thing that I think all of the companies can't nail yet.
Yeah,
it's not there.
And it's just I feel like if you've used the Whammy for a long time, you can tell the difference. I think in general, like the pitch shifting works fine for all of them, but I think the Whammy is just it is what it is. Like that's just they've perfected it.
What's your favorite effect on her? Since it's almost your favorite pedal, it's not your Desert Island pedal, but it's.
I like the octave down.
Okay.
Because I like that you can sort of like scoop your sounds a bit. So like having like. Like, because none of my guitars have a Whammy bar, because of all the tuning shifting and stuff, and so because of that, like you can't. Like I try to use it like that sometimes. So like bending harmonics essentially.
I see.
Like just that little subtle stuff, and obviously for heavier stuff, it's cool. So I like it for that too.
That's dope. Dude, you have like one of the craziest harmonic riffs. It's in I think it's the verse for Arrivals.
Oh,
what? How do you play that fucking riff, dude? The record came out in 2024. So
Yeah, we did that one as like a split release too. So like the first half I think was 2023, and then the second half we did I think it was 2024. But yeah,
Arrival. That. I mean, would you call it a verse riff? I don't know.
Yeah,
But that harmonic riff is just crazy.
So like with the dotted delay. And then yeah, I just kind of bounce between the harmonics, like all the 5th and 7th frets. And then it goes into
That's sick. Yeah, harmonics is one thing that you can't mess up.
And that's actually another setting I like on the whammy. That was it 5th down?
Yeah.
Like that kind of harmony. Yeah, that setting's cool.
Nice.
But yeah, harmonics are definitely, yeah, you got to be a little precise with those.
Is that if you mess it up, dude, you could really tell.
Well, delay too. I think one of my favorite like memes of that I think was K-Mac. I don't know if you know that guy on YouTube, but he made a video, I think it was him, where like the delay, you like hit one wrong delay note and it just trails forever and it's just like constantly wrong, and there's like he has a pretty funny video on it. But yeah, delay is always I don't know, I always have delay on everything. I feel like that's like my favorite like tone style, because like everything you do just has like cool resonance to it and stuff. Yeah, how it feels to me. Yeah. That clip.
Is this it?
Yeah. Damn, I haven't seen this in so long.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you have this in drop A, you said?
This is A, but I was gonna play something in C.
Okay, for sure. Well, that's crazy. So you're pitch shifting up from A to C.
No, I'm just playing it on the 3rd fret.
Oh.
And then I'll treat the fret up as like it's like my 7.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like so you're always at 0 to 7.
Isn't that an awkward thing though? Like with like the 3rd fret is such an awkward root note to me for a song. Like,
Really? 7?
The 3rd fret, yeah, the 3rd fret in any tuning as your root, or in any drop tuning as your root, I feel like is a really weird, like, because you have no open notes. So you have no open notes available, which for me is like I can't. It's like I can play in that, but then it's like it's weird because like I feel like it's like unnecessarily limiting. Like I don't ever. We have one song called Trading Shadows where that is the root, and it's only because our drummer Eric wrote the melody that drives the song on his pad, like his SPD pad or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were jamming it, I was like, damn it, like you're kind of like putting me in a really awkward spot because I love that melody, but like I don't love playing in this tuning or like this key.
That'll be D sharp, right?
Yeah. So that'd be D sharp and oops. So like I just had to like force myself to write to it, and we did it. It's cool. It works. But never again.
Do you down to freestyle or riff?
Yeah, let's do it.
So you're open. So I'll stay in the C.
I can also go to A if you want, if that's better. Like I don't want to put you in some weird spot because then I would feel like that would stress me out if I was you.
Oh no, I always kind of just because I like not knowing what the fuck I'm doing.
Got you. All right, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me switch back to my jam.
So I got the chorus and the pitchfork going. So I always like doing higher notes. It's kind of like. Dude, you're a great freestyle player. You're just
Oh,
like, dude, you can just go. It's rad, man.
Thanks, man. I read a lot that way. I kind of like to just just kind of find my way along the path. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I like
the way along the path.
You said that you like to write yourself into a corner.
Yeah, sometimes. I think it's. I mean, I used to do a lot of Twitch streaming, and I wrote on there. That was like my whole stream was just about writing songs, and I used to just basically. I would start around like 11 a.m. and I would go till maybe like 3-ish, and I would try to write an entire song on that stream.
Oh wow!
And so the goal was literally just start to finish. Sometimes purely from scratch. Sometimes I would do it like. I would have like a riff that I maybe posted on Instagram and I'm like, okay, I'm going to build this out into a song now on Twitch. And so just live in front of people on the computer. And, I wrote like 180 something songs on there, which was like stupid. Like it was a lot of music. The quantity was at times more than the quality, but I would try to do my best to write my best self through all of that. And, it was cool because a lot of the things we actually like, I have another project called Headcave.
Yes.
And a lot of I wrote some of those songs on Twitch. I wrote some parts for Night Verses on Twitch that made it onto our record and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing for me to practice writing and to challenge myself because, I mean, like you write songs, you get stuck sometimes and you're like, like what do I do after this part? And when you're live on the spot, like you're kind of forced into like, I have to be entertaining first of all if this is like live to people, so you're thinking about that, and then you're just kind of like, okay, well, now that I've written like so many songs, you kind of like you start having like a Rolodex of like ideas of like, okay, well, I can do a harmonic riff, or let's only write with the whammy pedal pitch shifted. Like you kind of pick something that will like make you do something weird. So like if I write a riff in all harmonics, then that like something like that verse of Arrival, like you're calling out, like something like that where it's like I can only hit harmonics, so that's all I did, like something like that. Or I wrote a song on there one time only using open notes, and I pitch shifted all the progressions. So like all my chord progressions were just all purely open notes with the whammy like moving. And it didn't sound as probably like great as like a normal song would, but it was a fun challenge to just like do. And then sometimes, it's like you get stuck and it's like, okay, well, maybe the guitar is not determining what changes the part. Maybe it's a drum beat or a bass line or like a sample, or maybe I'm going to reverse the previous riff or something like that. Or I'm going to like, do just some weird stuff like that. And that was a great challenge for me. So I released all these songs, and because I was doing so many and I suck at naming stuff, I just titled them all as numbers. So it's like Twitch 1, Twitch 2, Twitch 3. So like, like right here is like 37, 42, like, and the cool thing about that is I didn't have to name stuff. The bad thing is when I want to reference something, I don't remember what it was. So there's like a handful of them that I know like were cool or cooler than others. So actually on Spotify and everywhere else, I released like a compilation of the 2 years. So like 1 year was like my favorite 20 songs. And then I did my favorite 20 songs from the next year.
Wow.
And, it just allowed me to kind of focus on those. So those I know a little bit better in the top of my head, but that stuff, like, it ranges from, I guess, what would be like a Night Versus-ish kind of sound into Headcave, which is more like, I guess, like chanty new metal kind of.
Headcave's sick, and I didn't know that you had the singer of My Ticket Home.
Yeah, Nick G. Many. So
that's rad.
Yeah, 2 Nicks just making riffs. No, but Nick is a super sick vocalist, very good. And with that project, we're able to basically, do whatever we want because it's just me and him. So like, there's no like anything we have to really worry about besides just making ourselves stoked on stuff. So what's really cool about Nick is he's a very capable, like at recording. So I can literally just record entire music or songs musically, send him the full song, and he'll send me back a fully mixed vocal track. Or with like over the song, and it always sounds like everything we've released has been just purely ourselves.
It's great,
and it's a fun project, and he's really good at what he does. So I'm always stoked to like hear something for the first time in full, usually. And it's just like, oh hell yeah, like, and the way that started was so sick too, because like I was releasing my own music instrumentally. I used to call them like heavy EPs, so it's HV EP, and I had one of those out, and then I basically had posted some stuff online with that, and he messaged me. We toured at Night Versus with My To Go Home a while back, and
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
did a
rad.
tour when we had a vocalist still. They had just put out, they're about to put out Strangers Only, which is a really good record from them. And seriously, anyone who doesn't know My To Go Home, like Strangers
Dude,
Only,
you got to do it.
just check out that record. It's so freaking good. And they were kind of like on the early stages of the new metal revival that I feel like has been happening with a lot of bands. They were like ahead of everybody, and then they stopped.
I know they
Too early.
That record came out in 2017. Unreal.
Unreal is really good too.
Yeah, we had someone that used to help us out with the pod, Zach Perez. He was like, check out this band, but this record. Look, I forgot how many times I had Unreal on repeat. That record is sick. And it just sucks that it was like prime, and then they stopped.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
fuck.
it's tough because when they were doing that stuff, I think a lot of people weren't like hip to it yet. Like I think it wasn't. People weren't ready for like that type of sound, and I think people who knew it liked it. Like I think they have a fan base for sure, but I think
It's everywhere now.
yeah, they would do way better now. Like if they put out Strangers Only and then Unreal again, like all that stuff would crush. And yeah, so we toured with them on that. They hadn't even put it out yet, so they're playing all these songs.
Holy crap.
But like I was saying, like I grew up on new metal. Like I love, like Korn was one of my favorite bands growing up.
Yeah.
Deftones, like all that stuff was like I was all about it. Like even the deeper cuts, like Edema and Taproot and all this shit.
Yeah.
So I was like all about that. And I saw them play when we were touring with them, and I was just like, yo, like this is sick. Like this is all the shit I like that you guys are doing. So we became really good friends with them too through that. They're cool dudes. And Nick, anyway, yeah, long story short. So Nick sent me vocals over one of my songs randomly one night. I'm like writing some bullshit like electronic music. Like I'm not, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just messing around. It's like 10 p.m. just doing my thing. And like I just get a text from him with like a full song recorded over one of my songs, and it was sick. And I was just like, yo, what is this? Like for real? Like you just did this shit? He's like, yeah. And then I was all hyped on it, and I called him the next day, and I was like, yo, like let's make this a project because like this is sick, and like I have a bunch of songs that you would kill. So I just started sending him shit, and he wrote to everything. And so our first EP, which sonically is a terrible mix because every song has a different mix. It's just all over the place. But
You really came together. I think EP2, I think, was when I was jamming.
oh, sick.
I think that was the one.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we that was definitely like the most polished version of what we were trying to do. But the first EP, I will say, is the most riffed out stuff I've probably written, like because I was trying my hardest to write the craziest riffs that I could and the most like heavy shit that I could. So the first EP on guitar is actually to this day pretty hard for me to play.
Oh, wow.
Maybe not for other people, but like for me, that was me like going as hard as I could at the time. And that was like 2019, I think. And yeah, 2019. And
Wow.
yeah, so like that EP was, it's a lot of fun to listen to. And it's one of the things I can listen back to and like not feel like I did it, I guess, if that makes sense.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm so far removed from it right now. But
Yeah.
like if you asked me to play any of those songs, there's no way I could. But
That's the next riff I'm going to ask you to play right now. No, okay.
yeah, I mean, like the song "Half Alive" was pretty hard. I remember I actually learned it once to play for NAMM. I was going to do a performance with Neural DSP, and I learned that song, and it was hard, but I was ready to do it. And then I went to go play, and they said they had gotten noise complaints. So my set was going to be like 4 songs, and they cut it to 1.
Oh,
and I was like, all right, well, I'll just play a Night Versus song because like I was ready to do that too.
yeah.
So I played one of those, but yeah, the only time I've ever played Headcave live was one time at NAMM last year. I played one of our newer songs called Gathering Silence.
Great.
But yeah, we're writing stuff right now. So that project, we'll probably have a new song out this year.
Nice.
Probably a couple. But yeah, we got one right now I'm pretty stoked on.
Yeah, shit's hot, dude.
It's fun, man. I love writing. And that's all 8-string. Like I have a rule with that project. Or it's
Really? It's all 8?
I'm only using an 8-string in that project.
What about
because
EP2?
It's all 8-string.
Oh, really?
Every single
I
Headcave
didn't
song
know
is an
that.
8-string guitar because I don't want, like, with Night Versus, I have to bring all this shit. Like, if we tour,
Yeah, it
I have to
sucks,
bring
yeah, it sucks.
all my guitars, all my, like, backups, like, axe, all that stuff.
I forgot. It was EP2. What's the song? It's, I think, Lied.
The Lies We Choose.
Yes. Okay. I was
Yeah.
trying to find that.
Yeah, The Lies
Cool.
We Choose, that's probably my favorite track on that one.
So is that's an A string?
That's an 8-string, yeah.
Why? It didn't really dawn on me while I was listening to him. I was fucking sick, dude.
Thanks. Yeah, that song I feel like I would like to re-release at some point with that project again, but I don't know if that really would make sense, but that's one of my favorite songs we've done. It kind of captures like what I like most about new metal, but also with like the modern like kind of riff style
Yeah.
of like the genty stuff, I guess. I don't know if I really call it Headcave purely gent, but I definitely was listening to a lot of things like that would kind of influence that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely like an exciting project to start. And then now it's like, I feel like with that, like writing everything by myself musically
Yeah.
is kind of, it can be challenging. And I put myself into positions where I'm like, I don't know if this is even good anymore. But recently I've had a resurgence of inspiration that has made it a lot more fun to write. Yeah.
What did anything happen?
I think some bands have put out stuff that kind of made me more inspired. Like I like Humanity's Last Breath and like things like that. Of they're just like gnarly heavy and like some of Alpha Wolf stuff's pretty sick that I listened to that got me fired up on that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good.
So just like kind of the new wave of like heavy music. I think there's like some bands that just kind of like reinvigorated like why I like
that's
writing
great.
heavy shit. I mean, Meshuggah is always in the back of my head with that stuff too. But yeah, I don't know. So that, and just also I think touring a lot more lately has, you know, when you tour and you watch bands play and you're away from your computer and all that stuff.
Oh,
like,
of course.
It kind of re-inspires like, you know, wanting to go home and write because you need that break sometimes from being in front of your computer.
Dude,
and
totally.
I'm there every day in front of my computer. That's all. I wake up pretty much open Logic and I'm just there doing shit. So now that we're touring more again, like it's nice to kind of have that refresh of like getting away from it and being outside and, you know, being like more traveling and like seeing stuff outside of my room. So
how are you with drinking?
I drink like, I don't really drink like much. So like if I'm on tour, I'll have like a beer here and there, but I don't really get drunk and stuff like that. Like I've kind of like phased that out, only in the sense of early on when we first started touring and I was way more like, I didn't have as many responsibilities and I didn't have as much care for like, everything was new at that point. And I was like excited to just be doing whatever. Yeah. And like, oh, we get free beers like in the green room. Like I was like excited about that. Like, oh, drink ticket, whatever. Yeah. So I would drink more. I would take advantage of that more. But I remember playing a show and I had drank a little too much before the show specifically. We were out with Norma Jean. I always remember because I got a lot of shit for it. But we played a show with Norma Jean in this backyard festival somebody put on. It was it was kind of sick, but it was like, they basically just had an open bar. And oh
my goodness.
They set up like, I don't know. So I was drinking. It was the last show of the tour. Norma Jean's like, yo, like, you got to drink. So we're like, I'm drinking with them and stuff. And we go to play. And I was just like, dude, having pedals and having to set up all my cables, and like all that stuff, like, there's just too much to deal with. And I remember being sloppy. And after that, my band was basically like, never again. I was just like, okay, I get it. And then I proceeded to be sick through the whole rest of the long drive we had the next night. And our van front axle broke, so then we're just stranded for a bit. Had to get towed to like a repair shop at like 6 a.m. and just wait till they opened. And I'm just feeling terrible the whole time. Wow. Just hanging out the window, like just hating everything. And I was like, dude, why would I ever do this again? Like maybe if you're on a bus all the time and like maybe if you're like, I don't know, I don't enjoy it enough to want to do that again. So like these days, that's definitely not a priority. Like I'll have a beer because I like the taste of beer. Sometimes I just want a beer, but I don't drink like to get buzzed anymore. Really, it kind of just depends. Like everything's circumstantial for me in that way.
Totally.
But yeah, as far as shows and things like that, no, I don't. Like I won't ever get to that point again.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and that was also just a one-off. Like that was just one time, and it was enough for me to learn that it sucks. And like feeling shitty on tour, you already feel shitty on tour to start. Yeah. So to add in like being hungover and all that stuff it just was never a thing for me.
You learned. It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What was it like for you? Your second record you did with Ross Robinson.
Oh, dude, that was crazy.
So you were at the house in Venice, correct?
Yeah,
nice, man.
Yeah, were you there too?
Yeah, I was trying to do the timeline. I'm like, did they go there right after us or right?
I think right before.
Or right before something. It was like
I think right before. Yeah, we went there in like 2016 or 2015.
Yeah.
The record came out in 2016, but that was a very crazy experience. Ross, I love Ross. He was a cool dude. He's kind of a genius in his own way. You know, like he's got some crazy thoughts that I think no one else will ever have, but. I think like for our band, it just was not quite what we were trying to sound like per se, but also, we were talking about this recently actually, but like, I'm glad the record exists because it was a very unique thing that happened, and Ross basically became a fifth member of our band.
Of course.
And we had vocals at the time in this one. It's called Into the Vanishing Light. And this record is just like very unique in the way that like we would have never written it this way. So like I had every single song on here, but we had like 20 songs demoed out completely. Like I had demoed everything with vocals, like fully mixed, at least on my end. And we sent them all to Ross, and we get there, we bring all our gear to like, cause he wants us to play the songs for him live.
Oh yeah.
So we brought all our shit. And then when we show up, I have like I got a Black Star amp and like whatever. I had all my pedals, like I had my shit ready. And a lot of those songs, we had a lot of callback vocals. Like I did a lot of singing, and our bass player did some singing, and just like that filled out the vocals, like not harmonies, but also like parts where our singer would say something and then we would do it like back. So it'd fill out like a whole chorus. And when we go to set our stuff up, he's like, oh, actually I have stuff you guys can use. So I used his amp, and Riley used his amp, and then he only gave us one vocal mic for our singer.
Yeah.
So I have a tone that's like an overdrive tone. That's not clean. It's not distorted. I don't have an option to switch between them.
Did you use the Marshall?
Probably. I don't even remember what I used.
Marshall head, Marshall cab?
Maybe. Yeah. Whatever he had there. So like I didn't set up my shit. So I had his amp, and I did not have a high gain tone that a lot of our songs required.
Yeah.
I did not have a good clean tone. So I'm just sitting there like, man, I don't think you're going to understand what these songs really are intended to sound like. So I was kind of just like tripping on that on my end at least. And
totally.
Whatever. So we play the songs to the best of our ability. There's vocals missing, obviously. There's like guitars are not really what they're supposed to be. Yeah. So he records all of our songs that we're playing live. So I think we played most of those at least. And I think we picked like our favorite 15 or 10 or something like that to play. So then he records all of those, and he's like, all right, you guys can go mess around for a couple hours. I'm going to like work on these. I'm like, all right. So we get back, and he had basically restructured and rearranged certain songs, and like pretty much like took a wrench into all our shit and just like totally switched things up. And I was like, oh damn, like this is not what I was expecting, but we're here, we're gonna ride it out because like it's Ross, we made some of the best records ever. Yeah. So we're like, we're gonna do whatever he wants to do, we're down. So we went through it, and basically like it was an interesting process. Like he is very hands-on, and we didn't do that record to a click. It was very
oh yeah, of course.
So we had Eric on drums like would play something, and Ross would basically put a delay on his snare. Yeah. And that was what dictated the
click,
the click, which was really weird sometimes because like his beats are crazy. So when you add delay to the snare, it just makes it crazier sounding. And also like, I don't know, that's just not what we were used to at that time. And we're fine to not use a click, but like in that context, it felt weird. And yeah, it was just funny because like the songs were just not. And like he told me he didn't even listen to the demos. So I'm just like, dude, I spent all this time making these demos, and like you didn't listen to them. Like I thought that was hilarious, but also like that means you don't even know what these songs really sound like. Was all he cared about was the core of the song, like which was the melody and like the progressions and whatever. And so that was interesting. And then you did that whole thing where like he would tell us, or he would have our vocalist explain
the song, right?
The song,
yeah.
And then he would ask me like, what's your take on his take on it? And I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like I never pay attention to the lyrics. I'm never like that guy.
Yeah.
I only care about the melodies or like the actual notes and like what things are, how things are happening in that way. But I was never like focused on lyrics or like what he was doing with them or whatever. That was always his thing. So I let him whatever he wanted to write. Yeah. And so when he'd ask me, I never had good answers. I was just like, I don't know. And so like he stopped kind of picking on me in that way and just focused. Everyone else got more of the attention. And then, so we did that, hotboxing that room, just like all intense, practicing for a couple hours. And then honestly, like the best thing about being on Venice is when he opens that door and you get the freaking fresh air coming in. You're like,
that's crazy.
God. It's so nice. But yeah, like so like I had pedals, he had a bunch of pedals as well. One thing that was really interesting with that record is I didn't double track any guitars. So like it was purely like he wouldn't let me even have DIs. So like he just wanted in the moment, whatever we were doing was just purely like in that, whatever tones we dial in, like that's it. And I was kind of like freaking out about that a little bit because I was like, well, this isn't really like the tone that I want, but whatever, man. Like we're just going to ride the wave. So, we went through stuff, kind of like, allowing ourselves to kind of like break ourselves down a bit in a way.
Did you have that already kind of well thought out? Because originally you were going to do this record with Will Putney, right?
Right.
So you obviously went the opposite
Well, because everybody loves Ross and like his history. Like he's done some amazing stuff, like straight up, like some of the best records. And because of that, everyone was like, well, let's just see what happens. Like, let's just let him do what he wants. And
whose idea was it?
Well, we collectively like were fans of his stuff, so we wanted to have him produce. And then Will Putney was supposed to engineer it at this point. And we were signed to Equal Vision already, and like everyone was supportive of the idea of involving him and stuff for sure. And Will was like, well, I'll just engineer and he can just produce and like it'll be the perfect combo. I'm like, yeah, for sure. But then something came up last minute and Will couldn't produce, he couldn't engineer it. So then Ross engineered it. So now we're just in the hands of Ross like completely, which again, like I'm grateful everything exists as it is. And I learned a lot in that process too. And I learned like one of the biggest takeaways for me was I used to hit the open note and rely on the open note all the time as like the heavy note.
And then he told you that you can't do the open note anymore.
Yeah. So then there's moments where I would have to rewrite my riff a little bit to not do that. And I would set up the open note. So like if I had a part that was like, you know, based around. Right. He would then be like, well, you're hitting it too much. It's not heavy. And I was like, what do you, like in my head, I'm like, no, it's heavy. But then he's like, no, if you set it up like, and then the open comes back, like you go like 3-1 open, then now the open has more value because you're not hitting it over and over and over.
Totally.
Stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. And now I do think about things like that when I'm writing. Like I think about, like I'll randomly like, we'll channel that too. It's like, yeah, that Ross said that and that actually makes sense. So it stuck with me. And also the chaos of like the guitars in that record. Like he put me in positions that forced me to do things that I would not do naturally. So like there is a part on the first track, I think it's called that Future is History, I Love You Day. Yeah. That first track has a part where he straight up reversed my guitar that I tracked. And he was like, learn this. And I was like, what? And I can't learn that.
Hell yeah.
Like put it back. Like what doesn't even make sense.
Hell yeah.
And then I did it and I learned it. And I was like, oh fuck, that's actually pretty cool. Like
really?
I would have never done that. But yeah, sure.
Damn.
And so there's things
cool.
where he like made things happen like that where
That's
we
cool.
just would not have ever thought to do it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It was an experience for sure. And I don't know that it was the best like second record for us essentially because our first record was a very specific sound. The second record was pretty different from that, but I think it was we needed to all do that. I think to kind of learn more about ourselves and like learn, what we're capable of too in a lot of ways. And also when you're put under pressure, like trying to impress Ross too at the same time, like you kind of get this like,
of course,
it's a different mentality. It's a different thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful that we got to have that experience, and I'm grateful for Ross allowing us to come do that too, because I don't think we're typically the band that like he would even want to work with in that way.
Oh, totally.
So it was kind of cool to like experience that together, and I think he put a lot, like our vocalist Doug, he switched up pretty much like 80% of his melodies are totally different than the demos.
Yeah.
And I like what he did a lot on the record. I think he's probably my favorite part. Like when I look back on it, like what Doug did and what he made Doug do is awesome. And like I think that stuff definitely came across better than maybe some of our demos would have. And it just kind of, I think, made him probably more inspired just to write some new stuff too. And yeah, but he did funny stuff like on like bass. He had a bass there that had really old strings on it. Yeah. And he insisted that we did not change those strings, and that's what we're using.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, like, well, you got to change the strings. Like, what do you mean? Yeah. Like, that's all I've ever known is you put fresh strings on before you track. And he was like, no, like that sound of the bass right now as it is perfect. We're like, okay. So then we tracked it with that. And I tracked with a few different guitars. He did not like my amp, so we did not use that. I don't even remember what amp we ended up using. I want to say it might have been a Marshall.
It has to be the Marshall. Do you know what that Marshall is? Did he tell you?
I don't remember.
He didn't tell you?
He probably did, but I probably just forget.
Dude. Yeah, that cab, that I think the head is Ross's, but the cab actually belongs to Monkey.
Oh,
and
cool.
that's the CAD they used for the first record, Life is Peachy. Max tracked it, the head and cab for Roots. I think Mick used it for Iowa.
Oh, sick.
So like they say, very like the amp, like that head and cab are like
Yeah, it's got history.
legendary. So of course, like if a guy like that, there it is, that one right there.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, that had to be what he used. And that setup was so sick. Like that, I loved his house setup in his studio. And it was really cool. Actually, another thing too is and probably similar to you guys, like we tracked like in increments of like time. Or stupid. So like I didn't track guitars until like nighttime usually.
Nice.
So the entire day I'm just hanging out in his freaking house, just on the roof,
yeah,
watching like the beach, whatever. And I would pop down while people were tracking or whatever. But like I didn't have to do anything until the songs were done. So like all the bass and drums would be tracked and edited to wherever he wanted it to be. And then I would track guitars. Where my other dudes were not as lucky because Eric on drums would have to track drums first. And he didn't have like the grid situation. Not that he needed it, but like, so he would do the drums, that would be done. And then Riley would come up, and Ross sometimes wouldn't have everything like totally synced up perfectly in that way. So like Riley would have to punch in and do parts on like really awkward timings.
Oh yeah.
So like there'd be like, it'd be like 1, 2, and it'd be like, that's not like a counting.
Yeah.
So it'd be time, and Ross would be like, just feel it. And I'm just sitting there like laughing because I'm just like, oh my God. And by the time I went to track, everything was set up. So I had a lot easier of a time in that regard. But yeah, I mean, I get where he's coming from though. Cause like there's a different feel, like what he does is really just takes like the core of everything and just makes it like, it just becomes a different vibe when you're tracking there than it would be if you're with a click track where you know there's a fail safe every time. Like there's like you can fall back on that. You can rely on that. If you need to copy and paste the part, you can do that. You know, if you want to punch something in specifically, just a little bit or something like that, you can do that. But with this setup, it was definitely a lot more like, you know, you had to just be better also.
You gotta be sick.
Yeah, and not double tracking was a trip too. Cause like that was one thing I was kind of nervous about because I was like, we're using this Memory Man pedal, which kind of gave me like a fake stereo. It was like kind of a stereo double guitar, but like not really. So it was like this weird tone that it was the Memory Man Stereo Deluxe, I want to say. But it's like a very vintagey. Yeah, so it's an old version of that pedal. And
it's an old boy.
Yeah, it's old. It's looked old. And it sounded sick. And so that was one thing I remember thinking, like, when because Will mixed it. And I was always just thinking, like, man, when he gets these tracks, like, he's going to be like, what the hell? Like, this is not what I expected. Yeah, it pretty much looked like that, pretty much.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite of what. Wow, dude.
It's like the opposite of what most bands would do, especially like heavier bands. And yeah, man, that I gotta say, like, I was fortunate in my scenario because I wasn't pressured to do anything that was awkward. It was more like he would just push me to do something crazier. So he'd be like, he would be on the floor turning pedal knobs while I'm playing and
sick.
shit.
It's so sick.
It's awesome. So I'm like watching him do shit. I'm like, damn, like, this sounds crazy. But
yeah.
And he'd be like, he would just want me to like play gnarly shit. Like he had me do a solo. He's like, this solo is only going to have one note in it. Like, go. And I'm like, what? And he's like, one note. And I'd just be like just doing all these like crazy bends to make it crazy. It was in the song Connecting Hexes, if you ever want to hear that. So it's just a solo in that song. It's just literally just me bending like one note and going all crazy with it. And it sounded pretty sick. And like, I probably wouldn't have done that. And like, I mean, I don't really write solos that much anyway, but like
we're going to play it. Do you know where?
It's probably like towards the middle end-ish. Yeah, maybe right around there. Yeah, after this chorus that's coming up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's sick, dude. That's sick.
It's just one note the whole time.
Hey, it's dope.
It's cool for sure.
Sometimes I only need one note, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, that's the thing is I learned shit like that where I'm like, okay, like noise and chaos is sick. It doesn't have to be like a technical thing. It can just be you just fully immersing yourself in something like that. And that was like a lot of fun in that way. Like I genuinely like, it was a lot of fun when I look back on that stuff. It's crazy and like what the record did or didn't do or whatever, like as far as progressing our career, as far as like, you know, what our fans were expecting at the time. We didn't have that many at that point probably, but the idea of like what we were trying to do was different. But I think the end result is like an art piece that I don't think could have existed if it wasn't for him being so like into it and hands on and like
it's art piece.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for that experience, and I'm grateful that it exists in that way. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and I feel like he does that with every band. Like he makes every band feel like a different beast than like anything else before or after what they did.
Oh yeah.
Like I think Norma Jean might be the only band that went there twice, if I remember right. Or no, but that's not true. Slipknot too, right? And maybe Korn.
Bands that went twice: Korn, Slipknot. Who else went twice?
I know Norma Jean did, so at least those
Did
three.
they? Wow.
Yeah.
It's rare when a band goes back twice.
Yeah.
And Korn actually technically went back 3 times.
Oh shit. Okay.
Technically.
Yeah. So I mean, he's done some pretty epic records. And like my favorite Limp Bizkit record, $3 Bill Y'all, is
so good.
Is from that. And like, and that was the other cool thing too, is when we would talk about his stuff, like he had all those tracks ready to play back sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So like he would show us like some of the random takes from some of those records, and you're just like, fuck, dude. Like Corey Taylor is just gnarly on vocals. Like he would just isolate his vocals. I'm just bro, so sick.
Yeah, it's insane, dude.
And like the way like, you know, he gets into people's heads and like brings out like the most raw emotion out of some of the vocalists. Like even Fred Durst back then, like his screams were crazy on that record. Like he was way more aggressive and crazy than he would be now. And yeah, so $3 Bill Y'all, like Pollution on that song or that CD is like one of my favorite songs.
Oh, dude, so sick, dude.
And yeah, and it's cool like when you're there knowing like he's worked with all these people and like, you know, what he's gotten them to do, and like now you're also in it. Like I feel like everyone who's been to Ross probably has like a connection in a way. It's like everyone has that experience.
It stays with you forever, man.
For sure.
Did he make you guys like did you guys have to have like the goosebumps before like Eric doing drums? Like when he like dug into Doug?
Yeah, sometimes. Like he would definitely, it would be pretty intense. Like there'd be times where I feel like he would crack Doug a bit, just making him like experience what the meaning was to his lyrics even more than he probably even realized.
Yeah.
At times, and I think
and it's like go.
Yeah.
And then you're like you hear it, you're like, oh shit, you get the goosebumps
for sure.
Oh, nice, sick.
Yeah, that was definitely a thing. Yeah. Like when you're there, dude, you're in it. Like you're definitely in it. Like you, like you're definitely like immersed in everything that's happening. And I think the way that we would record live like that, like we did all the like. So when we would track drums, I think we all were playing along with Eric. So like he was tracking drums and we were all playing too.
Yeah.
So I think like that live band in a room element gets captured very well there. Totally. And it's like not really something that you can get the same exact way without doing that. Totally. So I think like that kind of like sound is like very specific and unique to doing it that way.
Yeah, you come out a different person, man.
For sure.
It's over. Like you're different forever, and it's like it's beachfront property in Venice.
Yeah, beautiful.
It was right before it got really insane. I remember like we got out of there, and then me and Eddie moved there. It was seeing like the homeless go up.
Oh yeah,
it was like in real time. But so you guys and us got that last little glimpse of Venice. It was nice, dude. You're literally on the beach.
Yeah,
like you get out of that little room, that little door, and you're on the beach. It's fucking crazy.
It's awesome. And like I went home one time, which I regretted doing, but I just like I had to go home for a second, and I went home. And when I got back, I was only gone for a few hours, and I got back, and like the song we were working on that day, he had pitch shifted all of my notes to just make new riffs, and I was just like,
my God,
what is this song? Like, what is this? And like I was getting texts like, yo, you should get back here because like shit's changing, and I'm like, okay. And so like I get back, and literally like. The song ended up being Vanta Black, I believe, on that record. Yeah. And yeah, he rearranged like all of like my whole riff was just not what it was. And that might actually be, I don't know if it's in major or not, but it definitely made it happier than whatever I had before. And I remember just being like, man, like I don't even know if I like this, but like whatever, we're here already. Like they already tracked other stuff, so we'll just move on. And I was like kind of tripping about it for a little bit. Like I can't ever leave again. Then I guess like I can't do that.
Dude, it's awesome, man.
But yeah, it's cool. I mean, I have no like negative like vibes from that at all. It's purely just crazy that it happened that way. But
special guy, man.
For sure he is. And yeah, I'm stoked to see like any band that goes through him and like what comes out of it. Like it's always different.
Yeah, it's always like what the fuck.
Like when you guys did guitars, like.
He was crazy.
Since you have 2 guitar players, you were kind of able to sort of at least have 2 guitars, right?
Oh, he does experiments with every band, and I think we were the first band he did his little experiment where you and Mark are tracking at the same time. That's it.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And we were the first. Every band that goes in there, he'll try like an experiment. And so with that particular moment, we were the band. You guys are standing up, tracking at the same time.
Standing up. That was another thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you're gonna track at the same time, and you're also gonna rock out.
Yeah.
So we were like headbanging, and like so that was. I think he took it to a few bands after.
That's sick.
But it was fun. It was fun.
The standing up part's funny. I remember that. I was sitting one time and he was facing his computer, and I had already known that he wanted me to stand up. I just was sitting because that's how I usually do something. And he was recording me staring at the computer, and then he stopped and looked back and he's like, "Stand up." And I was like, "How the fuck did you even know?" Dude, as I stood up, I'm like, "Fuck, all right."
Oh, he just knows, dude.
Yeah, he knows.
Fucking wakes up and eats that fucking psycho salad.
Yeah. The trough.
Oh, it's a trough. That's just, I'm like, this is a fucking trough of
The
fucking
trough.
leaves, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, he had epic salads for sure. I remember one time, I mean, we're on like a thin budget for that, and we went to like this grocery store and got like the cheapest food ever, and put it in his fridge. And I remember him being like, "What is this bologna?" Like just all pissed. Or like we'd get Del Taco and he'd be like shaking his head at us and stuff. It's like, sorry, dude. But yeah, no, it was funny.
Yeah, it definitely came out a different person. Unfortunately, we were in our late 20s, and I didn't really wish I was more present. I was also drinking too, so I just wish I was. Always look back at those moments. I'm like, damn, we fucking did that.
Yeah, dude.
He fucking changed my life, man. I wouldn't be here without Ross. He taught me about key changes.
Yeah. We definitely did some of those too.
You know, because you always like you want to say that at the 0 or here, but you're like, oh, you could like set the next part up by going up.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting to use that now. Chaos parts, dynamics. I knew nothing about like dynamics. So going from clean to dirty, like quick, and knowing how that worked.
For sure.
I was like, oh shit. Oh, all right, cool. And then trying to apply it now, because you take all the lessons. He has timeless lessons. Then when you get out of there, you apply it to what you're doing. And I think we're about to actually literally almost 10 years later finally apply what, because I go back to that record all the time. Like I learned the most out of that record. I've done full records. I'm like, I didn't learn shit. I won't say who it is, but like Ross just taught me everything. Also, what he did, he gave me the confidence back.
Yeah.
He made me feel like, oh shit, like I'm me. I guess I'm a good guitar player, however that sounds. I'm not in an arrogant way. I'm like, but he made me feel like me.
For sure.
And I got that confidence back that I didn't even realize I lost.
It's like a therapy session.
Oh yeah, it was like a full on like therapy session. And I still look back at that record. I will argue we didn't do that record. I will probably not be a band, even though it came out and we lost our money. In a weird way, we probably wouldn't have. Ross is exposed. He'll expose any bullshit that you have within your band. He exposed a lot.
Yeah.
And he gave us all these new tools that I still haven't even fully applied yet.
Yeah, no, dude, it's true. And that's definitely all of our takeaway. I think we all just kind of feel that way. Everyone has their own individual experience.
Oh, totally.
And it's cool, man. I feel like literally every band has that same kind of like takeaway. And I think, I don't know, it's cool because it doesn't really matter what genre you are. Like you work with him, he's going to find his way to like do what he does. So it's like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you're going to get Rost, dude.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite humans, man. I got to get him back in here.
Oh, did you have him in here before?
He was episode like 11.
Oh,
so
nice.
I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing at that point. Then to have him back with the experience, with the flow will be so fucking cool. I just feel bad because I just want to. I know he's done talking new metal.
Oh yeah.
I know he'll probably do it just because it's me.
It's a funny stigma that like I get where he's coming from, but like that was a sick time of music. Like he made some shit happen.
There.
Like he
literally was in those rooms, and he'll never be a producer like Ross. I think ever again.
No way.
No, even now, the way music is now, like dude,
even less so for sure.
Yeah, the more time passes, the more the shit he's done is like that might never happen ever again, dude.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it would be forced if so. Like I feel like somebody would be trying to do what he's done.
Totally.
And I think he comes from a very genuine like crazy place. Like he comes from a place where I think like he's tapped into some shit that like no one else is. So I think he'll definitely be like, go down in history as like a very unique producer. Like he's like the only one that does that shit. At least that I've ever known of.
One of the best of all time.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with the new metal like revival now. It's like, it's all stems from Ross.
Yeah. No, those records. I mean, what was your favorite record from like that era?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard, dude. I don't know.
What about band?
Fuck. It might be Life is Peachy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it might be Life is Peachy. Second record, and then what they would do for that, they went on to Follow the Leader. And Ross shared a few stories about that record too. And then his stories too. When he starts talking, you're like, oh my
yeah.
God.
Stories are great.
It's like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah. And like, I mean, At the Drive-In was another one for us. That was a big reason why we wanted to go to him.
Yeah.
Because that Relationship of Command is like one of our favorite collective records. And yeah, like that. I mean, he's worked with pretty much several of my favorite guitar players. So that's pretty sick. Like Wes Borland. Like we used actually his Space Echo, I think it was.
Yeah.
But he had like a really crazy old one. Like I forget, I don't think it was a Space Echo. I'm pretty sure. But we used that for delay, and it was like on like a tape. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that thing, yeah.
Yeah. So we
That
used
thing's
that.
sick,
We used that, and
Tape Echo or the RE 201.
yeah, he like let us borrow it, which is pretty cool.
That thing's freaking awesome, dude. Yeah, you think about, he's worked with like
I actually have
my favorite guitar players.
This Holy Grail pedal I have because of that session we did with him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that tone was so significant to a lot of the guitar and bass tones that I was like, shit, I have to get that pedal. But now it's like a mainstay for sure.
Did he give you any compliments that stay with you?
He gave me actually a lot. He gave me a lot of compliments.
Oh, it's cool.
Which was really cool. Like he was very stoked on when I would track. I feel like he got really stoked, and he said, I think he said I was the star boy of like the group or whatever. Or like that was like or like something like that. Where I was just like, oh shit, all right,
that's dope.
But like, yeah, he was like really. It was funny because like I don't know. I think very highly of every band member I've had. So like, it's funny that I don't know, to get called out like that was pretty funny. But yeah, he was stoked on what I was doing, and he pushed me like I would say mess with me the least. Like he gave me a lot more room to like just do what I do.
Nice.
And didn't really like mess with me too much. Like he messed with my tones and stuff, but he didn't like there'd be times where like Riley was tracking bass and he would want to piss Riley off to make him strum harder.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes you'd like push him, or like he would like yell at him like harder and shit like that. And like with me, I feel like he was less intense and more like, how do we make what you're doing sound the craziest? Like it wasn't so much like he wanted to like snap me. It's just he wanted to get the most out of me, which I feel like was a different vibe than some of the other dudes had to go through. But
gosh.
But I mean, we're all there together in it watching. So I felt sometimes like the pressure for someone else, where I was like, fuck, like that sucks. I have to do that. But
that's what they get, man. I still get nervous if I don't even text them because I still get nervous. I fucking love him so much, man. I miss him a lot, but I'm like, dude, I don't want. Oh fuck, he's probably busy. You know, all like your mind games you play for yourself. Did anyone crazy ever walk in? We had a few.
Somebody, fuck, I can't remember. Yeah, somebody did. I can't remember who it was right now.
They'll just walk in.
Yeah,
like what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing here, man?
Just cruising Venice, just show up at Ross's real quick. Yeah, it was a drummer. I can't remember who it was right now though.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he walked into a drummer. Wow. Yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah, then did you guys have an engineer for that?
Yeah, his name was Lightning.
Oh, Lightning, yeah. So Lightning was supposed to be Will's, like Will had to bail. Lightning was supposed to do it, and then Lightning had to bail.
Oh, what?
So then Ross just did the whole thing.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, so that's what happened. But yeah, Lightning was supposed to also help us out. I think he like set it up. He like set Ross up with all the like connections and shit.
Yeah.
And then he took off.
Oh my gosh, dude. When who walked in one time? The drummer of Mana, Alex walked in. The big one for me, you know, sometimes you go to like a phase, you're jamming one band like a lot, where it's like, I don't know why I'm in like this incubus phase right now.
Yeah.
Like just for some right before that record, I was just jamming like Make Yourself in Science, just like it's obsessively
It's my two favorite records.
I don't know why. And literally, I guess, because so he has like the tracking room and then the doors to the fucking beach. And then this guy just walks in. It's fucking Brandon Boyd. Just walks in. I was like, oh, you're a real person. I fucking forgot you're even a real person.
That's sick.
And Ross does like everything. Ross Robinson he's a mirror, for better or for worse. He'll like mirror you. So for me, it was half great, half bad because I was in a weird place in my life. But he was great. He's also, and he'll say things so pure.
Yeah.
I call Ross is a pure guy, and then he's like, oh, you guys like Incubus or something? Oh, Brandon Boyd's right here. He's like so like nonchalant.
Yeah.
Like, we're all like, oh my god, Brandon, my god. He almost it's funny, and I'm gonna get back to you guys. He almost did a song with us.
Oh, really?
Because he was house sitting like next door or something, and
That would have been sick to hear him over your guys' stuff.
Oh, I've been fucking sick, dude. And then Eddie had the idea, hey, he should do a song, and since today. I got to give credit to Brandon, man. He made me rethink how I handle new music. And he asked him, later one day, Brandon came back and he jammed a song. And a song that we thought might be cool. And I got to give him credit, man. He sat there, he jammed it. He like was doing like feeling the song. I was like, damn,
He's cool as hell.
He didn't have to do that. It's cool, man. And then, fast forward, he ended up doing a song for you guys.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah, he was awesome. That was really, really cool. I mean, we've all been fans of Incubus and like obviously he's a freaking like one of the best singers ever, especially in rock. Yeah. And that was cool. Like our drummer Eric did some stuff like with his art with him. They had some collabs and like I think it's called Moonlight Collective, if I remember right.
Nice.
And yeah, it's like Brandon's art collective. And so Eric did stuff with him, and then we had some songs that were kind of like sort of outliers. Like we weren't sure what they were supposed to do for our record, but also like we liked them.
Yeah.
So we're like, this one would probably be sick with vocals. So we kind of like had that in mind. We wanted to get a couple, features at some point with our stuff. And so we had this one song, which ended up being Glitching Prisms. And we just sent him, basically like they talked and he was like, yo, would you be down to like check out a song and try something maybe? And I think something like that. And so we sent him the song. He sent something back not too long after, and it was like pretty much, one of those situations where you get it back and you're just like, okay,
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's good. Also, no notes really, so like it's pretty sick. And to hear him like he was so cool about it too. Like he sent us his stems, and like I had all his like raw takes, and I'm just like, dude, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's such a good singer. And just hearing him with like no processing and stuff, you're just like, damn, dude, he's a real deal.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we did that song. He came out and did a music video with us. And it was cool hanging with him that day. Like he was just like so just cool, like chill, whatever, and like was just down. Like he was down for whatever we needed to do. No like ego whatsoever at all. Just super cool. And I was talking to him about the fractal stuff and just like kind of like my rig a little bit. Just talking about his guitar player, Mike, as well. Because I think that guy's a really sick guitar player too.
Oh, dude, the best.
Yeah, one of the best. And he said he has a duplicate pedal board. So like he has an A and a B board that are the same exact build. Yeah. So if something happens with one, they swap that in real quick.
Boom, yeah.
And I was like, damn, what a sick thing to do. Like nobody can really travel with two boards like that. I feel like that's like so sick.
Yeah, that's dope.
So yeah, he was awesome. That was definitely one of our coolest things we've gotten to do. And he killed the song. I mean, I can't picture that song any other way. So that was sick. Yeah, I would like to do more with him at some point. I feel like he fits in with our vibe very well. And like, yeah, it's sick.
It's funny that the song came on. And I wasn't surprised. Oh yeah, it fits. Oh, that sounds a lot like Brandon Boyd, because I was just like had the phone going and press play. Yeah. Oh, it's Brandon Boyd. Oh shit, it is. Of course, it makes sense.
Yeah, that chorus is really good. That was like one of my favorite moments. And yeah, that I don't know. That song just worked out really well. Like
he got the video.
Yeah, in the video, that was a trip for sure.
That's a work of God.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he was down, and like, yeah, we made it happen. And one of these days, it'd be cool to play that song live with him too. We'll see if we ever play locally. We've just been living in Europe for the last couple of years, but it'd be sick.
That's awesome. You guys haven't done much in the States, huh?
No, we've been focused on that. Well, because we did the Tool tour, and that kind of set up the trajectory out there for a bit.
Oh,
So
wow.
we got that tour, which was in 2020. Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, June last year. So we did that tour. And then pretty much once we had that set up, it was like, well, we just played arenas for a month, so we should probably keep going out there because we just hopefully got some new fans out of that.
Oh, wow.
And I think we did. So then we went into Pliny after that, which was sick out there. That was a really cool tour. I love those dudes. And then we went into Animals as Leaders a couple months after that, earlier this year. And then now we're doing our own headliner in September out there.
Yeah, it's coming up in September, huh?
Yeah, we're about a little over a month out. And that'll be our first like real headliner out there. We've done a few like stints, like little things, but this is like our first like official like full run.
Nice.
And we're bringing out this band Dune, who's really sick. They're gonna fit really well. I'm stoked to watch them.
Dune?
Yeah, Dune.
Okay.
Yeah, DVNE. And
okay.
we played with them in Paris at this festival, and it was sick because like we were setting up on the stage while they were playing, so we're like setting up, like getting ready behind them.
Yeah.
And I was just watching him, like, damn, this band's sick. And like me and Eric were just kind of watching him, like stoked on him. And then when it came time to like pick a support, like they were available and down, and I was like,
Nice.
perfect. Like that's like exactly the kind of band we want to take out.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like they'll be really cool. Good fit. They're like heavy, kind of like in that Hydra Head-ish kind of world, like ISIS and all that kind of like Old Man Gloomy kind of stuff, maybe. Yeah, they're cool. So
Nice.
that'll be good. And then, yeah, I don't know. We do have something that's lining up in the States. I don't think I can say yet, but we will be,
Oh, cool.
we will be doing something next year. So yeah, it's coming.
Good.
And that's definitely like, something I've been wanting to do in this. I've been wanting to play US for, I mean, we all have wanting to play US, but it's just hard, dude. Like touring's expensive and it's kind of a hard thing to really justify sometimes. Like,
Oh, totally.
and not to mention like, you know, just personal life stuff. Like everyone has something, you know, important to deal with, whether it's family or whatever. And like that kind of situation, it's harder to leave if you're not going to be like, you know,
Yeah.
coming home with something or like guaranteeing that, you know, you're actually progressing the band, because touring doesn't always do that. Like you can tour and it might not do anything. You might have like an increase of Spotify listeners for like a month and then it's back to whatever.
Gee, sometimes it does that. We've been having that issue actually. That's
Yeah,
great,
it's true. I mean, like, I don't know. Like I like touring. Everyone likes playing shows. Like it's not about that. Like when you see people like complaining like, oh, you never come here or whatever. It's like, dude, if we could be everywhere, we would. Like every band wants to play shows everywhere to people, but like it's the getting to the shows. It's like getting the crew. It's getting all your, you know, all your gear there. All that. It's like there's a lot involved in touring that I feel like doesn't really like always come to light for a lot of, I guess, fans or listeners or whatever that don't maybe understand that. Obviously, a lot also do, but I think like, yeah, I don't know. And US specifically is kind of rough because like the drives are longer. Like it's just more challenging. I think Europe right now, we're in a better spot. Like we have better things happening out there right now. So it's a lot easier for us to do those tours and not stress too hard about it. But the US is definitely, it's a little more complicated, but we got something cool I'm stoked to do. So that'll be good.
Great, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I was really digging the riff for Rosewire.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, the intro to the verse.
Yeah.
Is that on the 8?
It's on the 8. I'll see if I can play it.
Dude, can we jam it out real quick?
Yeah. I apologize if I slop it up. Let's see.
Dude, let's slop it up, dude. That's one thing about this podcast. Players need to realize this is you got to know how to play, man. Okay, it sounds hot. Yeah, people are scared, dude.
I'm scared.
I'm scared for you, dude. All right. I do a one question. How do you write something like that? Do you actually do you hear it first, or are you just sitting there like trying to like come up with something? Like what? How does that come up?
Honestly, that one, I think I wrote that intro riff like by itself, like thinking, because like, you know, with Instagram, like there's a certain type of Instagram riff where it's like you want to like, I guess like to impress or whatever, like it has to be a certain level of like technical like ability or whatever. So sometimes I've written stuff with that in mind, which is not a way I think most people should write, but sometimes it creates more of an urgency or like a thing in you that like you want to do more in a riff. So like with that one, I actually wrote that thinking like, okay, I'm going to write something harder right now for myself that might be good to post or some shit. And so I was just like jamming and like that riff kind of like came up. I also had this like groove that Anoop Sastry made in Get Good Drums. It's like they have like their groove packs, and I had one of his beats. Yeah. And I was kind of jamming over that, and that's where this riff started. Oh wow. And yeah, we actually that the working title for that song was Anoop for a bit because of that. But shout out Anoop, one of my favorite drummers too. But yeah, this riff, like I was just thinking, I guess like how to do a lot with every string. Like I wanted to incorporate the entire guitar. I wanted to have harmonics, like some of the sweeping in there, like the. And like also thinking, I don't know, I guess like sometimes that stuff just kind of flows out of me. Like I don't always sit and try to like work on bit by bit. It kind of just like I'll jam over and over. And oftentimes I do write to drums. Like I'll have a drum loop just going. Yeah. And that'll kind of guide me. I mean, it guides the feel and pace, obviously, but it also gives me like things to like lock into. Yeah. So I'll think about like the kick specifically, or like maybe a cymbal pattern or whatever. Yeah. And sometimes unconsciously, or both, you know, unconsciously and consciously, like I'll latch onto those things. And so that'll make me do certain things on guitar. So oftentimes I write to drums. And what's cool about the MIDI drums and like all that situation is you can isolate the kit and like parts of the kit. So like I might write, and actually way back to the Twitch references and stuff for the when you get stuck with songwriting or you hit a writer's block, if you listen to the drums, hopefully if the beat's like a little more interesting than normal, say like they're doing a cymbal pattern or a snare pattern, or like there's an off like weird snare feel to it or whatever it is, you can just single out that part. So like I'll write sometimes just to a kick, and I'll just match something on just that kick, and then I'll bring the rest of the drums back. And now I have this like weird riff because it only focused on one part of the kit, but it's locked in in a way that like you might not have done if you just wrote to the entire beat at once. So sometimes I'll do that. Like I'll isolate cymbals or toms or whatever it is and just focus on that piece of the kit, which brings me into a position, or takes me to a position that's a little bit weirder. But it's still on time, like whatever. So when you bring the kit back, it feels like a cool thing. But like with this one, I think that's kind of where I was at. Like I was just trying to challenge myself to write something just to post like for the day or whatever. And you know, Instagram's such a weird thing. Like I don't like writing just for that as much lately. Like it's more like if I'm writing something I like, I'll share it. But there was a time where I was like, I just want to like get more of a following on social media just because it's helpful for everything. Oh, sure. Everything translates into, you know, everything else. And I actually had 2 videos that randomly popped off like crazy on there for no real reason. Like I was posting for a long time. Yeah, that one, those 2 right there. So this is one of my solo songs called Celestia. And this riff, I don't really know why, but like 108,000 likes. I think it cleared 1 million views, and like, wow. I don't know why this, like I don't know. Why? Like, like I like the riff. I like the thing. It's cool. Or I was like happy with it. But for some reason it just connected with a lot of people. And this other one too, that ended up being, we put it as on our new record called Aska. Yeah. The one next to that, like similar numbers pretty much. And like this one, I called it Half Moon. I put it out as my solo song. And yeah, it just did really well on there. And this actually started off me wanting to put out more solo songs more seriously, because like I was doing the Twitch stuff and I was doing my heavy music on the 8-string, and I was just putting those out as solo songs, but I didn't really like sit and write songs with the intent of being like my solo songs. It was more just like, here's shit I wrote on Twitch, like I throw it on Bandcamp, whatever. Yeah. And that riff did so well on Instagram, and I was like, well, shit, there's something to this. I should probably try to put this out as a full song and just see what happens. Yeah. Release it. So I did, and it was cool. And that kind of like sparked me wanting to do that more. So then I wrote that other one, and then that was like the second song I put out as like an official solo song, I would say. And then I've just been doing that. And then I put out an EP called Hover that's just purely guitar only. It's just one guitar track. Nice. That's all it is. And I only did that thinking like, you know, because people who like those riffs and like a lot of what I post, that's like the more ambient kind of like spacey guitar stuff. Yeah. They'll I did that song with Toby too. Damn, I haven't looked at my link tree in a bit. I should probably update it. But anyway, so I put out those two songs, and like I guess like the vibe that I was getting from people is they really liked the kind of clean ambient stuff. Mm-hmm. And I like writing that stuff, and that's kind of what I naturally do anyway. Like I will naturally pick up my guitar, have a stereo delay, clean track on, and I'll just jam. Like I'll like, you know, we're doing earlier, I'll just play some shit. And because of that, I was like, well, I'm just going to put an EP out that's just purely this. Yeah. You know, people want it, like here kind of thing. Like this is what I do this naturally. Like I'm just going to release it. So I put out 8 tracks. It's just guitar only. And like, I have had the thought one day of like maybe recreating them into songs with a full band vibe, like have like drums and bass and stuff. That'd be cool. Just to see what it would be like. But yeah, those are all just ideas. Hover was like kind of my favorite probably from that one, which I did on this. And then I made a music video for it. That's all just AI, like just generating like AI videos, which like I know everyone has like weird perspectives on, but I like AI stuff. I think it's fun to mess with. And like I get, you know, why people get upset about it, but like I'm not an artist. I can't draw shit. I can't do any CGI. So having the ability to like do something creative, that is purely like from, you know, it's my imagination as far as like what starts it off, but like it's a fun thing to put together. So like this was me taking Midjourney images and turning them into video through another AI, and then I just put the song to it basically.
Your riffs are very spacey.
It's just I don't know. I've always kind of gravitated towards that sound.
Also, it feels like you're sad and it feels like you're on drugs. So
I mean, yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's good.
Yeah, no, I think the sadness is I don't know. I always have that overtone to stuff, I guess, but I'm not like a sad person. Like I don't sit at home like crying, depressed or some shit. But I definitely feel that most in music. Like that's my favorite. Yeah,
when it's some minor, you're like, oh shit, it's fucking cool.
But yeah, it's a trip with these things. I mean, it's even better now. Like this is like I made this like 2 years ago, but like it's better now. Like like getting him to open the door and like, you know, what the whole thing was just like him kind of this astronaut finding like his way to his spaceship and then flying away. I don't know why I thought that, but this is what I did. So I generated all these images, and it's like crazy, like what you're able to do as somebody like me who has no skills in this department whatsoever, and I can still do something that is like some type of video. And it was just something cool to put with the music, and it takes a long time to generate the proper things that you want out of it. Yeah. This ending always cracked me up, but I don't really know. Like he just, I guess, dies. Like I don't know why I did that, but that was the shot that looked the coolest to me.
These riffs too sad. It's over.
But yeah, I've always liked that stuff. Like, I mean, that one. I play my own song. But yeah, that kind of like mood is always my favorite to kind of mess with, especially on the 8-string.
I was kind of tripped out because I was listening to you play. It's obviously in the stereo. It sounds great, and I'm just watching that.
Oh,
Yeah, I was getting like a real time. Oh shit! It fits the video, dude.
for sure.
What do you have like a favorite riff or something?
Out of like in general or like my own stuff?
Yeah, two questions because I don't like the question of favorite riffs because it's too open ended. Usually, if someone has a riff, it's kind of like, oh, then what's the backstory? Yeah, you have a favorite riff in general.
Riff. I have to think about that. But like moment, the solo in Parabola from Tool.
Oh shit!
That's one of my favorite. I actually covered it in a video for Metal Injection. But that moment, like it's not a riff, it's a solo, but like that tone, the notes, the moment of the song is like one of my favorite things in general in music. Like I love that part.
How do you play it?
Oh, man, I don't know if I remember it right now. Yeah, I don't think I could do it right now, to be honest. But
Shit.
that I learned it at one point for sure. And I learned it all by ear. So like I didn't
By
like
ear.
Yeah, I learned it all by ear. So I
you're
think
a
I got it.
Freak.
I think I got it, but I learned it by ear, and I tried to get all the nuances that he did with the pinch harmonics and stuff.
Crazy by ear, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like the learning by ear is helpful because it kind of like shows you, I don't know, like you start hearing repetition in music in a way where like you can know what notes or what frets are being played even. So like,
Yeah.
I've learned so much just by playing music and like listening to what other people are doing that like I can tell most of the time. Oh, I thought it was me. I can tell most of the time that there is like an open note in a song. Then I can tell what tuning they're probably in. So I'll listen for that first. I always listen to like, okay, where's the open note?
Yeah.
But you can tell when a band's like fretting something or when there is an open note. And if they're hitting an open note here, then that means that their guitar is roughly in that tuning. So it might be A or whatever it is. Nice. Yeah, the full video type Nick Metal Injection.
Do you do you have like a favorite like Night versus Riff?
That Rosewire one is pretty up there, I guess.
Is it?
And then Karma Wheel, we have it's at the end of the video, I think, towards the end. But yeah, I cover a bunch of stuff in here. This is actually, so this thing was the riffs that taught me. This was like I covered a bunch of stuff. So like Thrice.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my favorite ones back in the day.
Nice.
But yeah, Night versus Karma Wheel's intro I really like a lot. It's kind of a riff, but yeah, that one. Let's see if we can try it.
Is it on the C Boy?
Yeah, this one's
Nice.
C.
Does that guitar have two inputs?
Yeah, so this has the piezo or piezo.
Oh yeah, got it. Oh, I was like, what?
Do you know how to say that? Is it piezo
I think you
or
got
is
it.
it piezo? I never know. Yeah, so this is where I cover Tool. But yeah, that like this part.
So you learn this all by ear?
Yeah.
Nice. We're gonna get flagged like quick. Yeah. So.
I re-recorded it at least, so it won't be the same.
Those will fuck you sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, that situation, that song always just had some kind of like depth to me that I feel like just checks like a certain box in my head of what I like in music. And that one is one of my favorites. I mean, Rage Against the Machine. Oh, Know Your Enemy. That's one of my favorite riffs. The
Oh, really? That was a great riff.
Maybe we'll play that. Like that one.
Yeah, when they played that at Woodstock, I was like, what song is that? That's a sick song.
Dude, Know Your Enemy is so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's so many freaking riffs. I mean, honestly, it's an obvious one for a lot of people, but the freaking CKY riff, like 96.
Oh, sure.
That's undeniably one of the best riffs ever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like if you think of riffs, you have to give that one its credit. That one's so freaking good.
It's one of the best riffs of all time.
And that's funny. I watched the video because I watched that podcast you did with him, and when he played it, I was like, oh shit, I've been playing it wrong forever. Like, I literally like.
Oh, it's just funny. I'll ask people how to play that riff, and they've all taught me way wrong. It's why I don't listen to a lot of people anymore.
He was playing it like up here, right?
Yeah.
And I always thought it was like, whoa, shit. I always thought it was like right here. mess it up now. Whatever. But I was doing it totally wrong, obviously, now too.
It's a weird riff, man.
But it's so sick. He has a lot of really cool riffs. He was a cool guitar player.
No, he's a fucking riff master, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so would this be considered your favorite Night versus riff, you think?
I think so. I think this is one of my favorite Night versus riffs. It's just like, it's really fun to play. It's just like heavy and it has a lot of effects. So like this one. So this setting in the axe effects is me mimicking this Pyramids pedal. So like, this is trying to cover what this does.
Nice.
So actually, I might as well just put that on now that I think about it. And it goes into like a tapping thing.
You get tapped up.
So with the Ricochet, I'd pretty much have it set like this.
That's sick, dude.
So those two back to back.
What makes that your favorite?
I think it's just the feel. Like when we play that, it just starts like that's the start of the song. It's like da, 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 and it just like the feel of it live. Like when we played that live, that was always one that it just felt like it felt cool on stage. Like playing like together, it's like swing, so it kind of has like a feel to it like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's heavy, and like I always felt like the reaction in the crowd was immediate. Like you sometimes just have songs where everyone's just like immediately into it. Yeah. So it just has like an energy to it. I'm sure there's other riffs I'm not thinking of, but yeah, that one's fun.
How did you write that one?
That actually, surprisingly, I wrote that on Twitch with Eric. So he was on my stream and we were trying to do a Night versus writing session.
Oh, wow.
And he had possibly given me some drums, I believe, to write to. I think that's what it was. Like he gave me a couple beats and the goal was for me to write to them. Like that was like what we're doing. So that was one of my first goes at it. Like I just wrote some shit like that and that stuck and we're both just like, that's cool. All right. And then we wrote I actually have a solo in that song. Let's see if I can play it. The solo is actually probably one of my favorite parts too. But that I wrote on Twitch and it was messed up because I wrote it in one take on Twitch. It was just one pass through and then I lost I didn't save the video of me doing it.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't think to either, but like I didn't know at that point if that would be what actually was going to be on the record and shit. So like we did it and then like later I had to relearn it by ear and I was just like, damn it, dude. Like there's so much pitch shifting and stuff in it that it was really hard for me to remember like what I actually did. But I figured it out pretty close. But I'm gonna try. I haven't played this one in a second. It's kind of like just a chaos sound, but that
dude, we're taking off somewhere, yo. I don't know. we're fucking going to space, dude.
Yeah, that one's trippy to play, but that's purely like the whammy. Like what's interesting too is that this whammy is like new, so this one isn't as worn in.
Oh yes.
So like all these little like quick things like. They're a little harder to do. My other pedal I've used for so long that it's super loose, so it doesn't even stay up. Like it'll just stay down. But because of that, I can shake the whammy like crazy.
Okay.
So it like creates this like kind of crazy sound that you can't really do without having like a really worn in expression pedal, I guess. But yeah, there's also this one in Phoenix too, real quick.
Dude, heck yeah, dude. We're fucking riffing, dude. Usually I'll play like a riff with you, but your riffs are so out of my wheelhouse. I was like, I don't even know where to start, dude.
So this is in From the Gallery of Sleep, Phoenix on that record, Phoenix Levitation, and this has like this one heavy part that is like with the shaky whammy, and it's really cool with the really worn in one. It goes into like this other thing, but like that kind of like vibe with that shaky thing, I feel like that was always sick.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I really like. I haven't played with many other guitar players in a long time. Like I'm kind of like so used to covering as much ground as I can that it's like funny playing with other people because I'm like, wait, I need to like refrain from trying to always have drone notes and all this like extra shit try to like find like a place where we both make sense.
You kind of have like the dream job. You don't got to deal with a singer. You don't got to deal with other guitar player. That's sick. That might be the sickest thing ever.
It is pretty cool. I will say having the ability to be the only guitar player allows me a lot of flexibility between when I want to play rhythm or lead or like in the middle.
Yeah.
And a bass player who I play with, Riley, who has like a good sense of like, holding down like a really heavy low end as well, but then also switching to really high stuff. So there's moments on our record, on both of our records, where he's playing a lead and I'm playing a rhythm. So like he'll shoot up to do what seems like a guitar solo, but it's actually a bass solo, and I'm playing like a riff under him or whatever under him. And it's a fun dynamic because what else is cool is he only plays on a 4-string and he never changes tunings. So like he's always, for the most part, never changes tunings. He's usually in drop C and I'll be on my 8-string. So like he'll be hitting the 5th fret when I'm hitting open, but then there's times where he's hitting open and I'm fretting something.
Sick.
So like the contrast of like the thick bass open string is different than my open string, even if he's technically in a higher tuning. It's kind of crazy how that all works. But yeah, like, and in Headcave, when I write in that and it's all 8-string, the first 2 EPs I played bass on it, and I tuned the bass to drop A sharp so that the 7th fret was the open note, but then I think the 5th fret on the guitar was the open on bass or something like that. So the contrast of those notes kind of like blending together is like really sick.
Yeah.
It creates like sometimes it's cooler than just playing the straight octave underneath on bass.
Yeah.
So having that kind of like dynamic I always like. But yeah, I don't know. One guitar player is nice for sure. I mean, it would be cool to have 2 guitars sometimes, but I'm very like as it stands right now, being the only guitar player, I'm 100% against adding a second guitar ever. So like if somebody's ever like,
it's kind of useless now.
Well, some people are like, oh, it'd really be cool if you put like a rhythm under this lead or whatever. And it's like, yeah, it'll sound bigger, but like, that's not what it sounds like live. And I'm not going to put a guitar track to make up for like something, So I always am very conscious of trying to sound as big as I can when needed, but not relying on extra guitars that no one's playing.
Crutch, yeah. Like
we don't have any tracks when Night Versus plays. Like everything we do, we're triggering ourselves. And like our drummer has like the SPD pad or SPDS, whatever it's called. And he's triggering a lot of the sounds himself on there. And then everything I'm doing like on guitar and like bass and stuff, we all do it ourselves. Like we're very anti having like extra layers of instruments that no one's doing.
Oh, wow.
And there's nothing wrong if people want to do that. I get it, but like we just write that way. So we write with the intent that we're always going to play what we do live. I think that's like a pretty important thing to me. And when I watch other bands, like I hope that they're also doing that. Sometimes they don't, and it's whatever. But to me, it's like, why would you write stuff that no one's going to be performing live? Like you go watch a band and no one's like, you're hearing sounds that no one's creating, and you're kind of like, what am I listening to?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, but I would say we're in the minority of that. I think most bands do have tracks and do rely on that to fill out their sound and sound big, and probably sound bigger than we could in that sense. But I don't know. That's just always been what I liked. Like all the bands I listened to growing up, you know, between Deftones and Mars Volta, Tool, Rage, like they all have one guitar player. And some of them, like Omar, he might have extra guitars going on the record, but live it's always just him. And all those bands, like it's just them, at least for the most part. Maybe they change it up here and there, but I feel like it's usually just actually Deftones I guess has 2 guitars. Chino plays guitar too. But yeah, whatever. I always just like gravitated towards that and trying to be like the only guitar. Like I think that's like a cool thing to be able to guarantee, I guess.
You figure it out. It's cool, man. I didn't know you guys didn't use tracks. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean
especially now, it's awesome.
Like we trigger stuff, but if there's extra instruments, like Eric's like playing it, like maybe there's like a violin sound, but he's hitting the notes of the violin. So it's like, it's not like, I don't know. We just don't have like violin just happening magically.
And you guys are your own fucking band, dude.
We try. I mean, we've been
own band. No one like you guys.
Yeah, we've just been doing it. We've been playing together forever, so it's kind of like it's not really something we even really think about all the time. We just kind of just have done things like how we do, and I guess it's definitely one of those things like where
20 years
it's
now?
the long play. Yeah, like we are absolutely doing a long play of like, you know, we didn't change anything about ourselves to adapt to any scene or trend or whatever. It's just like even going instrumental, like you could argue that like that was trendy, but like it just made sense for us. We've been playing, even when we had a singer, we'd write all of our songs instrumentally first, entirely, like verse, chorus, everything, and we would send it to a singer. And in that case, Doug, we sent it to him, and he would send us ideas back, or we'd wait till he'd come out in person. And we never like strayed from that. We always wrote together in a room. Even in the time before we had him, we had this band, the Sound Archives, that broke up, or we didn't have a singer anymore. The 3 of us kept going instrumentally, like just live. Like we had no following or anything like that really. And we would just play anywhere and everywhere just to keep our chops up. So we'd play dive bars. We'd play freaking GameWorks. Like we played at GameWorks. Yeah. And we play like the most random spots, dude. Like it didn't matter. We just wanted to play every weekend. So we just stayed busy.
Is GameWorks still around?
I don't know. But that...
Where's our closest GameWorks
I think
at?
Ontario. That's where we played anyway. We drove all the way to Ontario to play at a GameWorks for free.
That was the one I was thinking. Is there still GameWorks there? It might be like a fucking Nike store now or something.
Probably, yeah. Game Geeks.
No.
No, we'd play there for like game tickets. Like they would just give us like, oh, here's $20 to play games for free. And my band doesn't play games. I do. So I was like, oh, sick. I'll take all the shit. So I'll just play games. But yeah, we didn't really care. We just played anywhere and everywhere. There was one time though, I will say that we got a show at a restaurant in like Huntington Beach, and we walked in and like there was just a older couple eating dinner.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I was like, dude, we cannot come in here and blast these people with our music right now. Yeah. So we just left.
Wow.
No one was there to greet us either. Like there was no promoter or anything. I was just like, this is stupid. Let's just go.
Yeah.
So we didn't even play. But yeah, we got used to that. So when it came time to not have a singer, which was like a mutual situation, like with him, we're just like, it was normal to us. Like we weren't like, oh, let's do what everybody's getting popular doing now and go instrumental. We just were like, well, this is what we always did anyway. Let's just keep doing it.
Totally.
And it worked out. I mean, at this point, we have features. Like we got Brandon on the song. We got Anthony Green on another song. And, you know, we're open to that for sure. Like having people come in and like, you know, jump into our world for a second. But I don't think we'll ever have like a full-time vocalist ever again. At least not in this project.
I mean, at this point, why? You know, if you have a powerful trifecta, man, it's just magic.
Yeah.
If you go pull off the trifecta thing, dude, why not? The 3 pieces are just deadly.
It's fun and
deadly, man.
And we can rely on each other. Like we've been playing together for so long that there's no like drama.
I mean,
like,
it's been 20 years, right?
Yeah,
over 20 years.
Yeah, pretty much. And
16, 17. You're 37 now.
Yeah.
So
it's been a long time, and
2 decades, man.
And like, there's a level of like confidence you get with your band members at that point where like I just wouldn't trade it for anything, and like knowing that like I can always count on them to show up when needed, and you know, vice versa. And like when it comes to writing, like I know I don't have to worry about what they're gonna do. Like they're always gonna do something cool,
Mm-hmm.
and I also trust them to tell me when I'm not doing something cool, and so like
Yeah.
to challenge me to be better. And that's like one of my favorite things is like, you know, I feel like when you're able to play with other people and like get that feedback and like get the, you know, the situation where I want to get them stoked on something I'm doing. Like I want them to think like what I just did was sick,
Yeah.
was something that they may not have thought of or whatever it is. Or it's exactly what they were thinking of and I did it and now we're on the same exact page right away. Like that situation I feel like is very valuable. And I feel like I feel bad for people who don't get to experience that, whether it's just because of their location or like they just never met people like-minded enough. But I think I'd be a much different player if I was just by myself all the time from day one, not really getting a chance to play with other people. And I think right now it's so easy to just be a single musician and just have like, you know, all the plugins and drums and all that stuff are so available now. And like recording is so easy and cheap. And like, you know, you can self-release everything, you do it all yourself. And I do that myself as well. But like, I have my band, so like having that situation is like it's so much better to me than just being alone. So like I feel bad for some people who don't get to experience that because I think it definitely, even if you're really talented at playing, I think there's something that happens to your sound along the way that you develop through like sharing the writing experience.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deeper connection you have with someone else, deeper connection you'll have with yourself. You know, I think.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely. And yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, my guys have taught me about me.
Are you guys all like original besides the vocal?
Let's see. There's obviously it's me since 2002. I think Marcus is second. I think he joined in 2006.
Oh, cool.
Dan Kenny, 2000, bass player, 2009.
That's a long time for everybody.
Yeah. So over 15 years. Well, over 15 years.
That's sick.
And Eddie, 2014. So yeah, I think he's hitting the 10-year mark too.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's been in the band longer than Mitch. It's weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember you guys coming up for sure. I mean, that was definitely was your first record, The Cleansing?
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a record a lot of people in my high school were into. And like I remember a lot of friends jamming that for sure. Yeah, that's sick.
Thank God.
Yeah, for
still
sure.
Going, man. It's still going. Hey, Nick, did we miss anything? Is there anything about you, Headcave, Night Versus, anything that you want out there?
I think just, you know, if you're in Europe, UK, check out the tour we got coming up in September. Dates are on our page, Night Versus Instagram. That's probably the best place to always find any information on us. That starts September 8th. It goes through the whole month. So catch us out there. I know we've been out there a couple times, but this one will be a lot more special, I think, as far as it's our own tour. We'll play some songs we haven't played in a bit. And yeah, Headcave, you know, we'll have some new stuff out this year. Follow my personal Instagram if you want to hear more of my stuff and what I have going on. I'll share that. I do have some music I am sitting on right now that I am taking my time to put out, but it's done. I don't know why I haven't put it out yet. So I will have some new stuff coming soon. To be honest, it's because I'm spending way too much time freaking deciding what I want the album art to be, which is so dumb because I don't even care that much, but I apparently do. So I'll have some new stuff out pretty soon. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, just follow my stuff, you know, social media. That's where I keep everything going. And I guess that's pretty much it. I mean,
where do you want people to go? What's
just at Nick DePirro.
Okay.
Just my name. And then at Night Versus, at Headcave. That's all on if you go to my Instagram, you'll see the links to the other stuff. But yeah, and I got like, you know, tabs and shit if you want to learn some Night Versus riffs. There's a tab book at Sheet Happens for our new record, our latest record, and then I have my own tabs as well if you want to learn some of my riffs. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
Tabbed up, dude.
Tabbed up. Nick,
well, thank you for your time. Thank you for your riffs, and thank you for bringing all your gear, man. It's cool to hear. I think you were the first player where it was truly out of my wheelhouse. I didn't even know where to start. Like I can't.
You know what? The jam we did was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was sick.
I liked it.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, again, thank you, man. It was sick, dude.
That was awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for listening and stuff, too.
Hell really yeah.
Cool. And also, I want to say, it's really sick that you are having people playing on a podcast. Like, that's a sick feature of a podcast. So, that's sick. That you're
Hell
doing
yeah,
that.
man. And
Yeah.
we got more coming too.
That's so sick. Yeah, I was stoked to see that with other people. I was like, oh, that's cool. That makes it more interesting, especially as a guitar player. Like you want to see what people are doing.
Totally.
So that's a cool asset to the podcast.
Hell yeah, man. I think the only thing that we can say now, we are evolving from the just guitar playing.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So, but that's all I really say. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I get the beat in someone's band. I was literally in. I'm probably the only other person that's in your band now.
Oh shit.
Because I can't explain it to people, but in the headphones, it sounds fucking insane. It's the best time to hear your music ever for me. It's the best time to hear your music is when you're in a studio and it's raw in headphones.
Yeah.
When either you're jamming it for a quick demo, or you're trying to get a part down for some reason, there's the raw sound in the headphones.
Yeah.
And the closest I get to that are these jams.
For sure.
So it's cool. So I get to kind of relive these raw moments again and again and again. So I'm kind of obsessed with it.
That's sick.
It's just, I wish I could explain it, but in the headphones, it sounds fucking crazy. So I get to hear you, this rip. I'm like, dude, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah, headphones is the way for sure.
My life is awesome. Appreciate it, man. All right, everyone. That's it. Later.